scared of Giambi and the Yankees. We aren't scared of Yankee Stadium. We aren't scared of anyone, say the Twins, despite the fact the Yankees have 26 World Championships and the Twins have 2. Of course, the Yankees have a $180 million payroll. The Twins, 58 and some change. More important, the Yankees have 0 wins in the 2003 postseason. The Twins have 1. Translation, it's the Yankees who have everything to lose. 0-13, 0 wins since May 2001. I know it's cliche, but it's true. Throw out all the stats come postseason. The digits that matter appeared on the scoreboard on hallowed grounds. The long shot Twins in Yankee Stadium for the first time showed no panic. And now they don't have to. Ever since the Angels ripped the Yanks apart in last season's playoffs, fans have had to face the fact it could happen again. Why? Because these aren't the same Yankees that steamrolled away to 5 AL pennants and 4 championships in 6 years. The biggest reason? The clutch guys. Tina Martinez, Scott Brocious, Paul O'Neill, David Cohn are long gone. And it shows as the Pinstripes went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position in Game 1. Don't be fooled, though. The replacements, this team, is just as talented. They're just having a hard time proving it. And that's why Don Zimmer called this the best managing job Joe Torre has done in his 8 seasons in the Bronx. Just weeks ago, rumors swirled about Torre not having as much fun as he used to. Rumors Torre denied. But one has to wonder, is Joe having fun now? And will he enjoy what could be his final game managing at Yankee Stadium?
Well, it could be. Joe Torre told me 8 years ago when he got this job, he said, Kevin, this will be my last go-around as a Major League manager. And look at the postseason record. That is second of 31 Yankee managers. Unbelievable. 8 consecutive postseason appearances and 4 World Series titles. Yet, if he doesn't beat the Twins, people are talking about him getting fired. Shouldn't be.
Torre on the hot seat. Come on, the guy doesn't swing the bat.
Well, the guy that needs to swing the bat is Giambi. He's a low ball hitter. You cannot chase balls up at your hands. That's how they're going to pitch it, Jason. They like to go up in the zone, up above your hands. That is not a pitch that he can hit, especially when he pulls off the ball looking for home runs to right. You got to use the field, especially tonight off of Brad Radke.
Right, talking about finals, this could be Andy Pettit's final game pitching for the Yankees.
He's had trouble against left-handed hitters ironically this year with the fastball in. You can't do that to guys like Minkiewicz and Przinsky. They hit almost 400 combined this season off of Andy Pettit. He's got to go to the breaking ball right there, the cutter. He's got a backdoor against the righties. If he does that, he's going to have success as he normally does in Yankee Stadium.
All right, the Yankees were saying that Johan Santana was mysterious, but they have seen Brad Radke. Is this a plus?
Well, it's a plus because he's been around a long time, but the guys, when he's on with a great changeup, like right there, he can get the lefties out. They got to use the field off of Radke, and he throws a lot of strikes. He does give up a lot of home runs, though, 4th in the American League, 32 when he gets the ball up. But to throw that changeup, you got to use the field, go the other way. And watch for Matsui to hit that changeup and use the field tonight. I think he could be key in this ballgame.
All right, real quick, who do you like?
I like the Yankees. I think they're going to relax a lot. The backs against the wall, and they're going to come up big.
All right, we're up against it, too, because we need to take you out to the ballgame. The Twins think they caught the Yankees counting their championships in Game 1. Tonight, they'll be counting again on Andy Pettit to salvage a tie as the road to the World Series goes right through Fox Sports.
Mixing up the medicine, I'm on a pavement, thinking about the government. The man in a trench coat, badge out laid off, says you got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Look out, kid, it's something you did. God knows when, but you're doing it again. You better duck down the alleyway, looking for a new friend. A man in a coonskin cap and a pig pen wants $11 bills. You only got 10.
On this ship, something terrible is about to happen. The Bluth family will become poor.
Those police boats?
That's the Securities and Exchange Commission.
They have boats?
The SEC is making him out to be some kind of mastermind, which, believe me, he's not. The man can barely work our shredder.
From Ron Howard comes the story of a family that lost everything.
I wonder how I can talk you out of ever making that face again.
And the one son sane enough to pull him through.
We're back on track, and we're focused. And Buster, you can't do that in the snack room, pal.
Mom told me to stay away from microwaves.
Arrested Development.
You love it here?
I'm having the time of my life.
Hey, T-Bone.
Premieres Sunday, November 2nd on Fox.
Someone's threatening to initiate an outbreak of a very deadly virus.
On October 28th,
The damage to this country would be catastrophic.
the first wave of attack will be terror.
They found a body that's been infected.
We have 2 hours before they release the virus.
But don't negotiate with terrorists.
The last line of defense
Open the door!
will be him.
What happens next is on you, Jack!
The season premiere of 24, Tuesday, October 28th on Fox. Presented without commercial interruption by the next Ford F-150.
I just want to run away. I do. I'd go anywhere with you.
His father is the district attorney.
He wants to ruin our family. He wants to destroy my business.
Can you imagine what will happen if the press gets a hold of this? They would ruin me. They would ruin you.
Why does it matter who our parents are?
You tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
Every politician needs a target.
You cannot see this girl again ever.
The rich man's dead.
What have I done?
I love you.
I love you too.
Skin, a new series, premieres Monday, October 20th on Fox.
I'm Jeannie Zelasco back at the Fox Network Center. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Is 2 days long enough? We'll see as the Yankees finally get another shot at the surprising Twins and had a chance to save their postseason. It's Game 2 of the ALDS right now on Fox.
One of the most historic places in all of professional sports. They call it the house that Ruth built. This place just dripping with history. Yankee Stadium. But let's go to the present. Right now, coming into this, Game 2 of the Division Series, the Minnesota Twins have a 1-game-to-none advantage. And now welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck, Tim McCarver in just a second. Well, think what the Twins did here on Tuesday. They shocked a lot of people. They came in here and played a terrific game. They played their type game. And if you consider the Twins from a year ago, an upstart team, maybe they didn't belong, they surprised everybody, forget that. This is a very good, young, talented team, and they come into this game, Tim McCarver, with an awful lot of confidence after what happened here Tuesday afternoon.
Well, rarely do you see a team come in for their first postseason game with the confidence that the Twins exuded the other day, forcing the Yankees to play their worst postseason game under Joe Torre. Now, the Yankees have won 4 world championships in their last 8 years. They've done it with resourcefulness and guile, and we'll see how wily they are tonight.
And really, when you think about it, think of what's on the line here for the Yankees. They don't want to go back to Minnesota down 2-0. There's pressure on the manager now, and there's really been pressure all year. Pressure on these players that aren't getting any younger. This is an interesting game that's about to unfold before us tonight. The Yankees are known for their October magic. They're going to have to dip into their bag of tricks tonight. Baseball is yours next on Fox.
You have to learn to pace yourself. Pressure. You're just like everybody else. Pressure.
I received this wedding gift from my husband's aunt, but I don't need a monkey lamp. I was extremely torn. I didn't know whether I should just keep the lamp or return it and risk hurting her feelings. So I asked myself, what would Jared do?
I would return a lamp. She really just wants you to be happy. Then I'd get a red wine vinaigrette club.
So, where's the lamp?
The Red Wine Vinaigrette Club from Subway. Eat fresh.
It's not just the advanced technology, the 57 patents, or the world's best blades. It's the way it's all put together. No razor shaves better than Gillette Mach 3 Turbo. The proof is in the shave. We guarantee it or your money back. Mach 3 Turbo is the world's best shave. The closest, the most comfortable. It's a fact. We guarantee it. Mach 3 Turbo from Gillette. The best a man can get.
Come on in, Derek. Derek, I thought we had this thing worked out. I hear you're out dancing, eating, and just carousing with your friends. Is it true you're going out every night?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, Derek, we are running late. Sorry.
I break for yard sales.
I break for animals.
I break for donuts.
Chocolate. My grandkids.
Boys.
I break for little old ladies.
Bingo.
Leprechauns.
UFOs.
I break for free oil changes.
Visit your local Midas mechanic now and get a free oil change with any Midas brake job, including installation of our lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. That's free oil and filter with any new brakes.
I break for no apparent reason.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Subway. Good so you don't always have to be. Subway, eat fresh. By Gillette Mach 3 Turbo for the closest shave with less irritation even against the grain. By Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. and by Midas. Glad you're with us on what is, according to Tim and according to me, just a perfect night for baseball.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful here in the Bronx. And the lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Shannon Stewart leads it off. Luis Rivas bats second with Doug Mientkiewicz hitting third. Matthew Lee Croy is the DH with Jones, Hunter, Koski, Pierzynski, a very good hitting catcher, and Guzman is the shortstop batting in the number 9 spot. And that group will try to figure out a way to get some hits and some runs against the left-hander Andy Pettitte.
Andy Pettitte matching his best year as far as wins with 21. A remarkable record here at Yankee Stadium. He is 81-30 here at Yankee Stadium. Scouting report, he slows down fast teams. With his move to first, the Twins are going to have to wait until they get to second to run on him. He must pitch left-handed batters inside, and they have 4 in the lineup. And could this be the swan song for Andy Pettitte in pinstripes?
It could be. Then again, it could be just another start. That familiar look, just over the edge of the glove, just under the bill of the cap. Glad you're with us on Fox as Shannon Stewart digs in. Away we go. Broadcast also available in Spanish by utilizing the SAP button on your television. It'll be Stewart, then Rivas, then Mientkiewicz. Little excited, 2-0.
I think that's the reason. Usually when a pitcher is excited in postseason, the pitches are high. Both fastballs up around the shoulders.
Two balls and a strike. This is the 26th career postseason start for Andy Pettitte. The last 3 have not been good. The World Series in 2001 and his efforts last year when the Yankees were disposed of by the Anaheim Angels. That makes it count 3-1. 0-2 in his last 3 postseason starts with a 10.5 ERA. It was Messina in game 1. It's Pettitte, a 21-game winner during the regular season here in game 2. That's out of play, and it's a full count. Shannon Stewart on 3-2. Takes ball 4, a leadoff walk. He checked his swing, and a good start for Minnesota. We look defensively at the New York Yankees, and Tim, how many people came up to you after watching game 1 and said, what is the deal defensively with this Yankees team? They did not look good. They looked slow. Their arms didn't look good, and you look at Soriano, who had 19 errors during the regular season. He had 1 in game 1 of this division series.
They look sloppy and plotting in game 1. And speaking of plotting, I think there will be a bunt here with Rivas, even though it's the first inning. Pettitte, by going to first base, is trying to get Rivas to square around or commit too early.
Trying to get an early lead for Brad Radke. Andy Pettitte, the Yankees won 17 of his last 20 starts. Radke on the other side won his last 6 decisions coming into the postseason. No sign of a bunt. Strike 1 at the knees from Pettitte.
Rivas did sacrifice when Stewart led off Tuesday's game with a double. So with the count in Pettitte's favor, we'll see what Ron Gardenhire does.
This is a lineup for Minnesota that is left-handed heavy. And when asked about it before the game, Gardenhire said, they're our best players. What can I do? Down and in, that nasty pitch. Rivas went. It's 0-2.
That was that cutter that right-handers hitters will be given a steady diet of tonight. It is very difficult to check your swing on the cutter out of the strike zone.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out.
cutter, cutter. What a pitcher does, he puts pressure on that middle finger and actually cuts through the ball, making the ball look like a slider. For Pettit, it's rarely in the strike zone, particularly when he's ahead. And he gets Rivas.
You and I have been sitting in these seats in this booth in October since 1996 rolled in. And we've been here seemingly year after year after year. Minkevich takes ball one. I get the feeling, and you and I haven't talked about it, this 2003 October feels different than any of the other under Joe Torre. You get the feeling that this run by the Yankees is going to change dramatically after this season. The cast of players, maybe even the manager, the starting rotation, question marks all over the place. The bullpen, they never really filled that void with the left-handed setup reliever to get to Rivera. There are a lot of moving parts, or parts that are about to be moved here with the Yankees, and this could be one final burst for this group the way we know them here in 2003. And here they are, down 1-0 to the Minnesota Twins, and quite frankly, on Tuesday the Twins look like the better team. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a check on the runner, Shannon Stewart. So many questions about Joe Torre. We talked about that during the season. Pressure on him from George Steinbrenner. Even with the 4 world championships, as he works in his 8th year. We always talk about that pickoff move that Andy Pettit possesses. There's nobody better in the game at that. Pettit, one of those question marks that Kevin Kennedy and Jeannie Zelasco talked about during our pregame show. A free agent to be. A 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Normally the Yankees a team of stability, and I can't remember a year, even in the years they were losing from 81 through 94, where it was an organization in flux, a turnstile of players in and out. 19 different relievers used by the Yankees this year.
On 1-2, Minkevich fouls another one away. Along the lines of trying to introduce to the country who these Minnesota Twins players are, we're going to give you some interesting tidbits that I learned just hours ago. You didn't ask, but Doug Minkevich attended high school with A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez in Florida. A-Rod the QB, and Minkevich a tight end. And we have video to prove it. 1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Minkevich, out number 2.
That was a slider. Now it's different from a cutter. Cutter's thrown a little harder, and with the slider, Pettit has a tendency to throw it up in the strike zone a little more, just catching the front corner to Minkevich, who rarely strikes out.
Here's Lee Croy. 287 average during the regular season. Now he is the other catcher on the roster for Ron Gardenhire, the Twins manager. That's back to Pettit. And after a leadoff walk, Pettit takes care of the rest. The Yankees coming up, bottom of the first, down 1-0. No score.
What you doing, Brian?
I'm just putting my name and address in these bottles and sending them out to sea. Hopefully someone will find them and contact me someday.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Why do you torture me, Brian Henderson of 12 Maple Lane?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Brian!
Nice to meet you.
Hey, which never-ending pasta you guys getting?
Penne with Alfredo sauce.
Spaghetti.
With the meat sauce.
Fettuccine.
With pesto.
You guys play tennis today?
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl, just $7.95. Pick one combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Have all you want. Wonderful.
Tomorrow.
He looked like him.
Denzel Washington. They set me up.
Why don't we go have a talk?
I'm not running out of time. Out of time. Rated PG-13 starts tomorrow everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Good. 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 Can you hear me now? Good.
To make the best national network even better, we'll do just about anything. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
In my dream, I'm in a museum.
Executivus obsoletus.
Executivus obsoletus.
He's extinct.
I'm extinct.
His inability to adapt to the rapidly changing business climate proved his downfall.
What does it mean?
You need to adapt fast or perish.
Perish?
Or be acquired.
I'd rather perish.
Let's go see the woolly mammoth.
Brad Radke features a changeup, and he takes on this lineup for the New York Yankees. A little different than game one. Soriano leads off at second base. Derek Jeter, and then Giambi, the DH, bothered by a bad left knee. Bernie Williams cleans up. Jorge Posada bats fifth. Hideki Matsui in left, hitting sixth. Then it's Aaron Boone, Nick Johnson, and Juan Rivera instead of Kareem Garcia, who many believed would get the start tonight against the right-hander Brad Radke.
Joe, in our opening, we used the word guile concerning the Yankees over the last 8 years. I think you can use that word concerning Brad Radke also. 14-10. He won his last 6 decisions of the season. He had a horrible first half, but he is not a hard thrower. Contrary to Pettit, he has to hit his spots with a great changeup.
Soriano up there hacking strike one, and it's really an interesting matchup because Radke will tell you the bigger the hitter, the softer he'll go.
Right.
And typically in years past, the Yankees have been a very patient team at the plate. That's why he's 3-9 lifetime against this Yankee group. But the Yankees have to fight what is kind of a desperation feel in this game and let Radke come to them as opposed to going out and trying to pound these pitches, because that plays right into his hands.
Yeah, if you become anxious as a hitter versus Radke, that's exactly what he wants you to do. Become anxious as a hitter, you stride too far, and the changeup gets you. He's as effective against left-handed hitters as he is against right-handers.
8th round pick back in '91, came up in '95. He's been with the Twins through some bad years, and Soriano leads off with a hit. That's a bad spot. Up, and Soriano jumped on it. Defensively for this Minnesota group, they finished number 2 in the American League in fielding percentage, number 2 to Seattle, and what a year they had with the gloves with the Mariners. But you look at that outfield, and they are anchored by that guy out in center field, Torrey Hunter, who is clearly one of the best in the business.
That was a woefully poor 0-2 fastball to Alfonso Soriano. Everybody in the American League knows he'll chase. Brad Radke right down the fat part of the plate. Here's a guy who doesn't throw a fat fastball for a strike, even when he's behind in the count. Right down Broadway, but not for long.
Jeffrey Mayer lost his history homework out in right field, so he had a little delay while they chased it down. Soriano takes his lead, and he goes. That didn't take long. Hit and run, and Jeter fouled it away. Talk about the Twins, and their game is to get on base and press it, make things happen. Soriano, 4th in the league with those 35 steals. Wasn't waiting around too long either.
There are so many things that Joe Torre can do with the tandem of Derek Jeter and Alfonso Soriano. You can hit and run as they tried there. You can use a straight steal and then have Jeter get him over his natural strokes to right field. He may be running again.
Starts and stops, and Pierzynski pops up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jeter.
Pierzynski behind the plate has a slightly above average throwing arm. And when we talked to Joe Torre before the game, he implied that the Yankees were going to be very aggressive on the bases tonight.
It's not very nice. Slightly above average.
Well, slightly above average. Posada's got a strong throwing arm, but A.J. Pierzynski is slightly above average. He has a quick, yeah, he has
like
a quick
C, like a C,
like a C plus,
C plus,
C B minus to C plus.
That'll get you 27%.
Yeah, about right.
Average must be 26.5.
Slightly above average.
2 balls and a strike on Jeter.
You could bet your mobile home he's running here, pal.
You've made
Yes,
me do
sir.
that before, and I've managed to hang on to that baby. Well,
trailer for sale or rent. Rooms to let, 50 cents.
lost it. And girls, back up. 2-2 on number 2.
Out another mobile home.
Soriano at first with nobody out. Radke skips it over to Minkiewicz.
One thing the Minnesota Twins can do, they can catch the ball on the infield and in the outfield. Perhaps the best defense in baseball.
Way above average.
Way above average. Speed in the outfield, sure-handedness on the infield.
This crowd wants to see action. They don't want to see throws over to first. Radke trying to keep Soriano close. Giambi will follow Jeter. And then Bernie Williams. Jeter flares one into right for a hit. A broken bat, and it's 2 on with nobody out.
Derek Jeter gets a lot of hits like this. He is deceptively strong, so the ball in off the plate on the hands, he breaks the bat, but just lifts it over the outstretched arm of Rivas. I was interested in Kevin Kennedy's analogy, and I thought he was right on about Jason Giambi not being able to get around on that high fastball. The reason that I think Giambi is going to hit the ball hard tonight is that Radke doesn't have the high fastball. He has to keep the ball down to be effective, and he doesn't throw hard enough to tie up Giambi, and that's where you have to pitch it, inside.
Big RBI opportunity for Giambi, who had a rough game 1, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. They were booing Giambi here. And here is an opportunity for Jason to make him cheer here at Yankee Stadium. 0 for 4 in game 1 with a couple of strikeouts. This Yankee team 1 out of 10 with runners in scoring position in game 1. In the hole 0-2, and he took a big rip.
The sequence of pitches were interesting for Pierzynski. He went wiggle, pinky, and that's a fastball inside, with several other sequences after that. So if you're on second base, it's probably, if it is the second sign, he'll come back inside.
Giambi with a base hit to right. Not hard hit, well placed, and they'll hold Soriano at third. And with nobody out, it looks like the right decision by Willie Randolph.
Tried to come inside with the fastball, and he misses out over the plate, just like he did to Soriano. Soriano with nobody out, held up appropriately at third. Jeter looking at the runner in front of him, and the Yankees with a chance here in the first inning. 2 flares to right field, one by Jeter, one by Giambi.
Now it's Bernie Williams. They were booing him on Tuesday, and they're chanting his first name on Thursday. Ball 1.
What we're doing is one of the big reasons that the Boston Red Sox were asked to remove the monitor from their bullpen. Because over the course of a game, you can pick up the sequences of a catcher's sign, relay it to the guys in the dugout. Looked like a changeup.
And it was in the dirt. It's 2-0.
So right now, you at home, you folks at home, know that Pierzynski is using the second sign, and don't look for that to happen in the second inning.
Not if anybody in the clubhouse is watching.
Fastball away.
Into center. Soriano will tag and go. The throw lollipops into the infield. It's 1-0 New York.
And in a big sense, I mean, Bernie Williams does what the Twins want him to do. Because with the bases loaded, nobody out, if you can keep the runners at first and second there, you're giving up the run at third anyway. So a sac fly with the bases loaded, nobody out, isn't the worst thing that could happen to a defense or to a pitcher.
The bench for the Twins is trying to get Pierzynski's attention. I don't know if they're going to appeal at third. Third baseman Koski is near the bag. Or whatever it wasn't that. As now with 2 on 1 out, here's Jorge Posada. Good pitch down and away, strike 1. Posada hitless in game 1 on Tuesday afternoon. Two on, 1 out. Another changeup. It's 0-2.
We talked about that guile and deception. That's why it's the #1 point of our scouting report tonight. Brad Radke, he's a lane changer. He's got to be fine inside and outside. The outside corner, inside corner. And what Posada has seen has been that devastating changeup. May see it again.
3 consecutive pitches that were 79 miles per hour. 3 changeups in a row, and it's 1-2. Radke last year won game 5 against Oakland in the division series. He's 2-0 in that series against the A's, but lost in the LCS to Anaheim as the count goes to 2-2. A chance for a big first inning. Jeter stealing third. Out at the plate. Safe at third, 2 away. A strikeout of Posada, and it's first and third, 2 out.
Derek Jeter very quiet around second base. Timing, and he finally runs on the right pitch. A low changeup that gets Posada. But Pierzynski fails to get Jeter, but it was very close. When you're the trail runner with runners on at first and second, you're not compelled to run because you don't have, understandably, the jump that the guy on second has.
Really looked like Jeter's left hand came in and hit the left leg of Koski at third, and Jeter didn't get to the bag. Now where's the right hand? Know that he got to the bag, called safe, and it's first and third, 2 out as Posada struck out. And here is Matsui, who tied for 10th in the AL with those 106 RBIs.
That's a fair point, Joe, because unless that left hand went to the inside of the right knee, I'm not too sure he did get to the bag. One more look. Of course, you run the risk, left knee, I should say, you run the risk of a runner not going in hands first. But the left hand does touch the left knee of Corey Koski. Now when he makes the tag, did the left hand scoot in there? I don't know. It's very close.
No balls, 2 strikes on Matsui. A very good hitter on changeups, and a fastball gets him upstairs. And after all that, 3 consecutive hits, the Yankees come up with only 1. Headed back to work here in the Bronx.
Program in the first, $4.
Summer wind.
Snacks in the fourth, $25.
From across the sea.
A soda at the end of the seventh, $3.
It lingered there.
Friday night, no TV, DVDs, or video games. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball.
That cold's getting worse, Dad.
My nose is running, head's all blocked up. I need my Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Mom?
I'll get your Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Only Alka-Seltzer Plus has an effervescent cold-fighting formula to break up nasal congestion and release you from your worst cold symptoms fast.
Feel better?
I do. That's my line. Alka-Seltzer Plus breaks up your worst cold symptoms fast.
Marie Callender began every recipe the same way, with care. And her country fried chicken was no exception. Marie served it up with mashed potatoes, slowly whipped with real cream. And corn? Well, Marie thought it best eaten right off the cob. Marie Callender put her heart into everything she made. And to this day, we're still making it Marie's way. Marie Callender's country fried chicken dinner in your grocer's freezer. Made with the care of Marie.
Gina, check this out. I'm sitting next to your new boyfriend. Don't you just love your new boyfriend?
I do love him.
As long as you're happy.
Picture mail that talks from Sprint. At Sprint stores, choose from a wide selection of picture phones starting at $99.99. Share it when it happens.
It's the home of beer, football, dairy, and now, Wednesday night comedy. Yes! This fall, Wisconsin is where the laughs live.
You're allergic to eggs.
Hey, pretty lady. Like what you see? That 70 Show, followed by Norm Macdonald in the premiere of the new series, A Minute with Stan Hooper.
Look, honey, it's your head made out of cheese.
Holy Lord. Wednesday Wednesday nights come for the laughs, stay for the cheese.
Join me?
Don't smoke, sir.
Oh, it's string cheese.
I can't eat this. I'm lactose intolerant.
What's the worst that could happen?
Cardiac arrest. I could die, sir.
Come on, one little piece.
A Minute with Stan Hooper after that 70s show, beginning Wednesday, October 29th on Fox.
Well, there's no doubt Andy Pettitte was sitting there thinking, my guys just put their first 3 on. Bernie Williams coming up. I'm going to have a little breathing room here early tonight. He gets only 1. He gets a gift strike on that first pitch to Jock Jones with Torrey Hunter and Corey Koski to follow for the Twins, who are down by 1. 0-1 pitch from Pettitte. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another one. You didn't ask, but Jock Jones' mother became friends with Tony Gwynn while working at Kentucky Fried Chicken near Gwynn's house in San Diego. And then Jock got the opportunity to work out with Tony Gwynn. Huh? This'll work off some chicken. Backing up, moving around. And Andy Pettitte finally tags out Jones, and the faithful here at Yankee Stadium didn't like this too much. Are you serious?
He's messing around. He's out anyway. Why not have a little fun?
That's right.
Get your running in.
With 1 out, nobody on. Hunter fouls it out of play off to the right. How good is this guy in center field? And everything about him is electric. He's got a great smile. He's a guy that really well spoken, and he's been a guy that's anchored center field. We all remember that catch he made in the All-Star game 2 years ago in Milwaukee. Can't remember who won that game. There's a ground ball to short. Jeter to his left. 2 up, 2 down.
I'll tell you, if Andy Pettitte continues to throw as hard and as heavy as he's thrown so far, the Yankees will win this game. I don't think, as far as those two things, hard and heavy, he's already broken 3 bats. He has 2 strikeouts. This is an uncharacteristic game for Pettitte so far because he's very, very strong tonight.
The pride of Enola, Manitoba, takes a breaking ball for a strike. And his entry in high school yearbook known as the Doctor of Style. So the good doctor waits for an 0-1 pitch with 2 out, nobody on, and he gets a good rip. 0-2.
Enola, Manitoba has 14 houses in the town. There's 1 restaurant, little cafe, and that's where Corey Koski learned his baseball and his hockey. Long winters in Enola.
On 0-2. Koski takes the ball. Favorite hometown restaurant, AJ's Country Kitchen. And in case you're interested, for reservations, call 204-866-4266. That is the number, 204-866-4266.
It is listed, by the way.
With 2 out, nobody on, the 1-2 pitch. You know it's a small town where when you ask Corey Koski how many people are in your hometown, he starts to count. Let's see. The Johnsons live at the end of the block. They have 5 people in their house. It's the way you used to get the attendance in Montreal. Tonight's attendance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 2 out, nobody on, a 1-2 pitch from Pettitte. Still 1-2.
Not on Saturday at the Metrodome.
No.
Will that be the case? Just like tomorrow in Florida. South Florida will be buzzing. From what I understand, they already have 56,000 seats sold to the Giants-Marlins game.
With 2 out, nobody on, a 1-2 pitch. The Doctor of Style is taken care of. Andy Pettitte doing his part. 1-0 New York.
America, thanks for voting for your favorite reality TV commercial. Written, directed, and starring real people. You're about to see the grand prize winner of the KFC Bigger, Better Popcorn Commercial Contest. Created by Nathan Brown from St. Louis, Missouri.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back. Bigger and better than ever. Only from KFC.
You know, I dated a girl named Georgia. Had to break it off, though. It's about love, man. That's what it's
For
about.
when you need it most, our longest-lasting Energizer Max ever.
After that, I told myself,
Do you have the bunny inside?
I am not dating girls named after states.
I love football. I love Friday nights when you're looking for a win and Saturday morning when you found one.
For a coach who lives to win, sometimes you've got to break the rules.
See the young man over there? He goes by radio. He's going to be helping us out for a while.
You got yourself a distraction needs dealing with.
You take him out of this school, you might as well just take his life from him.
Radio, rated PG. In theaters everywhere, October 24th.
They said its off-road capabilities verged on overkill.
Tow rag.
They said others may be as quick, capable, and handle as sharply, but few can match it on all of the above.
Tow rag.
They said it was everything you could want in a luxury SUV, but for 20 grand less. In fact, the only thing the experts couldn't say was the name.
Touareg.
Introducing the Touareg, easily named Car and Driver's Best Luxury SUV for 2003.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Radio, starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and Ed Harris in theaters October 24th, rated PG. By Staples, that was easy. And by Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phones. First up, Aaron Boone. He leads it off for the Yankees. That's what he did during the regular season between Cincinnati and New York. Aaron looks back at the home plate umpire. He goes by the name of Ted Barrett and says, no, Ted. That was not a strike. But officially it is, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Broken bat, 1 out. Our Sprint virtual manager question, which town, all right, yeah, you can see me read a card. Which town would be the most heartbroken should its team lose in the Division Series? Boston, Chicago, New York, Atlanta.
Or Enola. Enola, Manitoba.
Or Enola. Now, you can use your PCS Vision phone from Sprint. You can log on to foxsports.com, and I think it's only right that since we gave the number, we call AJ's Country Kitchen in Enola, Manitoba.
Absolutely.
So I'll do that as we play here in the bottom of the second. That floater is on the outside corner for a strike to Nick Johnson. I'm going to need the phone number, though.
204-866.
Yes. 4266.
4266. Yeah, that's it. You've never done this before on television, have you?
No, nor will we do it again. Still busy.
Of course it's busy.
There's a strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nick Johnson. Nick missed 61 games this season. I've lost you for the rest of the inning.
You have.
A 1-2 from Radke. Tied him up. Did he go? No, says the third base umpire, Jim Joyce.
Talked about Andy Pettitte breaking bats. Brad Radke has broken bats. Derek Jeter and Jason Giambi. The difference was both of those were base hits.
Tough play. Nice play. Rivas. Terrific with a stretch by Minkiewicz on the other end. 2 out.
What a terrific play by Rivas, throwing from one knee, and Minkiewicz with the stretch.
Look at the size of the glove by Rivas. They give away bigger gloves on glove day at the ballpark.
Little toy draping off his left hand. Normally, infielders' gloves are much, much smaller than outfielders' gloves. for that reason, to get into the glove and get rid of the ball quickly.
Remember Bucky Dent, even when he was a coach with the Cardinals, carried with him a glove that was, I mean, it wasn't even half the size of a regular infielder's glove, and that's how he would take infield practice before a game. It's like putting the ball into a smaller cup. Figure if you can catch it in that little baby, no problems in the glove's regulation size, and that thing is teeny.
A toy.
Speaking of Bucky Dent, this is the anniversary of the home run. 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner, a ball and a strike, Juan Rivera. Boston Red Sox. Mike Torres, the ones who suffered because of that home run and that one-game playoff in '78. Boston lost today out in Oakland. They're down 2-0 after losing 5-1 behind Wakefield against Barry Zito. Here it is, October 2, 1978. 7th inning, 2 out, 3-run shot over the monster into the net. And Bucky Dent, his life changed forever after that swing. Don Zimmer was managing for the Red Sox. Now the right-hand man for Joe Torre. Rivera, 2-hopper to Rivas. And we go into the third. Radke's done a nice job here at the start. Got out of big trouble in the first and has a perfect second. Third inning rolls in on a brisk night in New York. 1-0 Yankees.
Delicious, hot, and fresh. Orville Redenbacher's Gourmet Popping Corn is the perfect after-school snack for kids of any age. Anytime's a great time for Orville.
Everyone's discovering the best surprise of the year. The Rundown is packed with originality. It marks the arrival of The Rock as a bona fide movie star.
I'm impressed.
The Rundown, rated PG-13, now playing.
This inning brought to you by Wendy's. Here's the pitch, and it's right down the juicy part of the plate.
Juicy.
Boy, that one had a lot of mustard on it.
I like mustard.
And he lines it, Bob. This could be a double.
Double?
Oh, I think he's going for a triple.
Triple?
They have him in a pickle.
That's it, kids. We're going to Wendy's.
Wendy's has a better way to satisfy those late-night cravings. We make every classic single and double fresh right when you order it.
And here's the throw.
Oh, caught stealing.
Wendy's, it's better here.
Sure, all these OTC and prescription allergy medicines are approved for pollen, but some are not approved for pet dander and dust. Others are not approved for smoke. Only Flonase is approved to relieve the nasal symptoms from all these triggers. For best results, use daily. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, and sore throat. Ask your doctor about Flonase. For all these triggers, all it takes is Flonase.
I bought a toothbrush, some toothpaste, a flannel for my face, pajamas, a hairbrush, new shoes, and a case. I said to my reflection, let's get out of this place. Tempted by the fruit of another, tempted, but the truth is discovered.
Someone's threatening to initiate an outbreak of a very deadly virus.
To stop a weapon that has no cure.
They found a body that's been infected.
You need a man who knows no limits.
Just do it now!
The season premiere of 24, Tuesday, October 28th on Fox. Presented without commercial interruption by the next Ford F-150.
1-0, the Yankees on top, and it'll be Pierzynski, then Guzman, then Shannon Stewart. 8-9-1 for Minnesota. Up a game, down a run. One pitch, 2 hops, 1 out. 9:01 on the scoreboard clock here at Yankee Stadium. See it way off in the distance there. You are watching Fox. I am Joe. You'll hear Tim in moments. I don't know what he's going to say, but it'll be great. I know that. Michael Weissman is our producer. Billy Webb is our director, with hundreds of people running around propping us all up to make us look good. Christian Guzman former Yankee, digs his way in, a Yankee farmhand and a guy who has turned into one of the best all-around shortstops in the game with the Twins. With one out, Guzman takes strike one.
Yeah, the Twins had to play that wait-and-see game as far as prospects were concerned. Guzman, Eric Milton, and two others going to the Minnesota Twins for Chuck Knobloch back in 1998.
Milton injured for a good portion of the season, really pitching well down the stretch. But the Twins will go with Loesch in game 3 against Roger Clemens. That'll be on Saturday. This crowd wants to see strikeout number 4. It's still 0-2. Little interesting tidbit on Christian Guzman. Didn't ask, but participated only in soccer and boxing until age 15 when he started baseball. Signed by the Yankees 6 months later. No investigation pending. With one out, nobody on, no balls, 2 strikes. Guzman slaps at it and fouls it. Right into the bunting.
You can tell by the swings the Twins are taking, they haven't gotten the ball out of the infield yet. 2 strikeouts and 5 ground outs. Guzman hit it off the end of the bat, foul down the third baseline, and now off the handle foul toward the Yankee dugout.
How can the Yankees even entertain the idea of not making all the possible efforts to sign Andy Pettitte?
They can't, and I don't think they will. I think they have got to sign Andy Pettitte.
If Wells is finished after this year, he may move on. You don't have a left-hander. You got a guy that's won 21 games this season. Posada could not hang on. It's still 0-2 on Guzman.
And you've got to have a good left-handed starter in this ballpark because of the 314 ports down the right field line. His buddy Roger Clemens is retiring after this year. And unless the Yankees can coerce, the Yankees and Brian Cashman, their GM, can coerce Clemens to play another year, to pitch another year.
On the outside corner, a wide strike, 2 out.
That was a very smart pitch and call by Posada. They're going in, and now the backdoor slider gets Guzman.
Gillette Mach 3 Turbo reminds fans that the winner of a VIP trip to the 2003 World Series in the Get Closest to the Game sweepstakes is still out there. So visit participating retailers and look for specially marked packs for your chance to win. With 2 out, nobody on, here is Shannon Stewart. Walked his first time and then didn't move. Rivas struck out, Minkiewicz struck out, and LeCroy bounced back to Pettitte.
Stewart is the one guy that dominates Andy Pettitte. The second highest active batting average against Pettitte, 444. 24 for 54.
Into center field, and there's a base hit. On base twice against a guy he has hit well. Look at Shannon Stewart and what he has meant to this Minnesota Twins team since he came over from Toronto. 65 games, a .322 average. RBIs, the run scored. Game 1, 2 for 5 with a double. And everybody was talking about that catch that he made in left field in the 9th inning on Matsui. People started talking about Puckett in 91 and Allison in 65.
If it wasn't a game saver, it was close to it.
A check on Stewart with Rivas at the plate. You wonder about Pettitte and the state of Texas. He's from there. Houston didn't add anybody significant down the stretch. You wonder how much money they're willing to spend on a free agent deal for a guy like Pettitte. And then there's the Texas Rangers, and they're trying to figure out which way's up.
I don't think money's going to be the issue. I think placement is. If Andy wants to go back and spend more time with his 3 children, I think he'll sign with the Texas team. Otherwise, the Yankees will blow, you know, the Rangers and the Astros right out of the water as far as money's concerned.
That gets away, and the tying run will go down to second. Stewart down there on a pitch that got away, and Posada didn't look like got down and blocked it.
It's a ball that may have hit the dirt, but it's a ball that's got to be handled and wasn't handled because of the way Posada went about it. They have all the respect in the world for Jorge Posada. He caught 142 games this year, but he gets careless behind the plate, and he tries to reach for a lot of balls instead of going down on the ball and blocking it like you should. That ball jettisoned off the heel of the glove, and it's a wild pitch, but a ball that should have been handled.
And so now a hit away from a tie are the Twins, and it's Rivas with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Now 1-2. Just a final note on Pettit. From what you read, George Steinbrenner has never been totally sold on Andy Pettit. You remember a couple of years ago, he was pushing for a deal, and it was the baseball people with the Yankees, notably Torre and Stottlemyre, said, whoa,
right,
you cannot give up on Andy Pettit. Well, who knows if Torre and Stottlemyre are going to be around here next year. Runner at second, 2 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rivas. Pettit is doing all he can. Top of the order coming up for the Yankees, up by 1.
Now Gillette presents the Mach 3 Turbo Close Shave Play of the Week.
Sends a fly ball down the left field line. What a catch! He just saved a double. That would have been second and third and no one out. Matsui drove the ball to deep left field, and Stewart climbed the wall and made a terrific catch.
This Close Shave Play of the Week brought to you by Gillette's Mach 3 Turbo.
Watch the Division Series on Fox. Unsurpassed engineering. Unparalleled technology. It blows away the competition. Champion. Mach 3 Turbo Champion. It's the world's best shave. Gillette guarantees it. Now with a red-hot new look. Nothing else even comes close. Test drive one today. Mach 3 Turbo Champion from Gillette. The best a man can get.
Let's say this is you. Yeah, you're the king. But being the king isn't always easy. So, when you're with Allstate, you'll have over 50,000 professionals to help protect you. From claims adjusters who can help you fix a broken castle, to emergency assistants to ride your rescue, to lawyers that go to court with you if you need them, and your Allstate agent who knows the moves to help you. Helping you, the king, feel protected. Just one more way you're in good hands with Allstate.
I kissed up to anyone I thought could get me a job. Striking tie, sir. You don't look 50. Come on, 50? That's the only way to get a good job.
Find a job that's actually right for you at CareerBuilder.com. The smarter way to find a better job.
Got some big NFL appetites heading your way? Looks like you need the NFL deal from Pizza Hut and Pepsi. Order any large specialty pizza at regular price and you get a medium 1-topping pizza and a 2-liter of Pepsi for just $1.99 more. A Pizza Hut pizza and a Pepsi. Gather around the good stuff.
When a tutor gets her students' grades way up.
If you have some secret method, I'd love to know what it is.
I just get them to study.
You won't believe how.
You said anything above an 85.
Yeah, I did.
What's worse, the fact that she's taken off her clothes or that she's getting results.
Boston Public, all new, 9/8 Central Fox Friday.
Alfonso Soriano first up, top of the order for the Yankees. Soriano, Jeter, and Giambi. 1-0 New York on a sac fly by Bernie Williams in the first. Brad Radke really did a great job to limit the damage in the first inning and had a perfect second. He starts out the third by jamming Soriano for out number 1. Play Hit the Pros presented by Chevy Silverado and face real pitches from today's best hurlers. Log on to foxsports.com, keyword games. Chevy Silverado, it's the right truck. With 1 out, here comes Jeter.
Joe, think about the pitching performance thus far. We're not through 3 innings. However, there's been 1 ball hit hard. one, and that was the 0-2 pitch that Soriano hit to left field. There were 2 flares by Jeter and Giambi, then a flare by Shannon Stewart. All the other balls, toppers and jam shots.
How about Jeter in the postseason? He did get that flare hit in the first inning. He's now 3 out of 4 in this division series. And that adds to his .371 lifetime division series average. Well over 300 in the postseason, and he hits this one to deep center, but it hangs up for Torrey Hunter. 2 out. That brings in Giambi, who singled but is in the category of struggling. Here's his manager, Joe Torre, about that.
When you try a little bit too hard, when you try to do too much, it takes its toll on you. And I sense that, first off, Jason's a very proud individual, and he's here to help this ball club. He sits in the middle of our batting order, and I think he's just pressing a little bit. And the only thing I can do for him is go talk to him, pat him on the rear end, and write his name in the lineup, and which is going to happen.
And it happened tonight. Batting third, the DH singled his first time, and he takes a strike over the outside corner. We can tell already that Ted Barrett is going to give these pitchers the sides, and the sides extended to the strike zone. Change up from Radke, and it's 0-2.
There are very few pitchers in the major leagues who can get by with 2 pitches. Pardon me. Brad Radke's one of them. He doesn't throw a breaking ball. He might throw 3 a game that he wastes. Fastball inside, outside, and changeup.
1-2.
I don't know of any other pitcher in the major leagues who gets by with 2 pitches.
Well, you're talking, we've seen basically an 11-mile-per-hour difference between the fastball and the changeup. As Giambi's off balance, reaching for it, and hits a changeup off the end of the bat into right for the final out of the 3rd inning. Radke rolling. Giambi 1 for 2 tonight. We go to the 4th. 1-0 New York.
We got a situation. What's your 20? I'm there.
Do you have the right truck? Does your truck have a big block Vortec V8 and an Allison transmission? Does it have the most torque of any gas-powered heavy-duty pickup? Silverado. It's the right truck from Chevy. The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
I'm loving it. Is this the place to eat? Since I don't cook, I'll just rock to the beat. I'm loving it. At the end of the day, to relieve the stress, we add a little play. I'm loving it. Sometimes we have mishaps. You just overcome and adapt to setbacks. I'm loving it. You know you're my world. How could I mind love taps from my girl? I'm loving it. Move your feet, rock to the beat. Hungry for the music, gotta eat. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. No guts, no glory. Seems like I stumbled in the wrong territory. I'm loving it. Who'd want to mock me? Rough around the edges, a tad bit sloppy. I'm loving it. My car's way too clean. If only I could start this fine piece of machine. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
My brother Danny and me. He got a new truck. I got a bigger one. I've got a family. He's got a bigger one. Then my doctor tells me to start taking an aspirin every day for my heart. Just one tiny little St. Joseph aspirin. Though maybe bigger isn't always better. Try telling him that.
For the first time ever on DVD, The Lion King Special Edition. Good Morning America says the king of animated features is the king of DVDs. Now with a newly animated song and much more. Wow. The Lion King Special Edition, October 7th for a limited time.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Chevy Silverado. It's the right truck. By Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. By McDonald's. And by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Well, the 2 starters tonight. 31-year-old Andy Pettitte making his 26th career postseason start against 30-year-old Brad Radke. making only his 4th. And they have been impressive. It'll be Mitkevich, LeCroy, and Jones for the Twins here in the 4th inning. They have a walk and a hit, and both belong to Shannon Stewart. Mitkevich struck out his first time. Another broken bat. Let's go to the tote board. What's that, 4?
At least.
1 out.
I think 4 for the Twins, 3 for the Yankees. Giambi broke his bat on that little looper to right field. That location. You remember in our scouting report we talked about Andy Pettitte having to come inside on left-handed batters tonight. One of the reasons that left-handed batters hit .321 against Andy this year, about 70 points higher than right-handers, was he refused to come inside the left-handed batters. And if you don't do that, you don't intimidate him.
Fastball for strike 1 on LeCroy. Too far inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. You didn't ask, but his teammates have nicknamed him Big Country, which, by the way, is the name of my favorite band. With 1 out, nobody on, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pettitte misses outside, 2-1.
Matthew from South Carolina, and one of his favorite expressions is foot.
Foot. F-O-O-T.
F-O-O-T.
It's kind of a catch-all word.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like gall darn, like Grady Little says all the time. Gall darn it.
Doesn't like to curse.
No. Right.
But he uses that word foot.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pettitte has struck out 5. .93 miles per hour from Andy Pettitte. This series will shift to the Metrodome over the weekend, where the Twins are 13-3 in their history in the postseason in that dome. Two out. Let's head out to Los Angeles. It's a game break, and here's Jeannie Zelasco.
Who had the most potent offense in the American League? That was them. Look at Oakland go. With the help of Barry Zito, the Boston offense was, virtually silenced. Hey, but Kevin Kennedy can't be contained. Back in action Saturday as the pregame show starts the march to Game 4 between the Cubs and Braves. Trip to the championship on the line. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Jeannie, thanks. We're proud of you. 2 out, nobody on. Here is Jock Jones, who grounded back to Pettitte his first time and then backed up, and then the crowd booed him, and then he smiled and went back to the dugout. So far, 1 out of 5 in this series. One ball, 1 strike. Double J, his nickname. Double J, his nickname. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the outside corner, 1-2.
When you're that consistent on the corners, you get pitches like that.
Pettitte, 2-2. You talked about it last inning. Guys are just slapping at the ball. Just trying to make contact somehow.
Yeah. Like Jock Jones or Double J right here.
Who's coming up for New York? The heart of the order, Williams, Posada, Matsui. 1-0 Yankees into the bottom of the fourth.
In 5 days, The Italian Job. The film Us Weekly calls Full Throttle Entertainment will blow you away on DVD.
Open your door!
The accelerator will drop.
Are you ready?
The stakes will rise.
You took my father from me.
And all bets will be off. Be the first to own the DVD that's loaded with extras.
What happened to my truck?
Buckle up, because once you hit play, the action won't stop. The Italian Job. Get even. Own it on DVD and video October 7th.
Introducing Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito. It's a little spicy. Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito, packed with shredded chicken, simmered in Mexican spices. It's tasty, filling, and only $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
Mr. Goodwrench, who is this one and only GM expert? I gotta find this guy.
You're Mr. Goodwrench.
Yep.
Which means you use genuine GM parts.
Well, actually, we all do.
Now you're just trying to throw me. Mr. Goodwrench had over 1 million hours of GM training last year?
That's right.
Doesn't leave much time for Mrs. Goodwrench now, does it?
Find Mr. Goodwrench at over 7,000 GM dealerships nationwide.
If Mr. Goodwrench were a tool, what kind of tool would he be?
A wrench?
Ooh, sorry. Miter saw is what we were looking for. Miter saw.
There's more than one victory lane.
Don't like waiting in line? At Staples, we'll get you in and out fast so you can get on with your day. Staples, that was easy.
I just want to run away. I do. I'd go anywhere with you.
His father is the district attorney.
He wants to ruin our family. He wants to destroy my business.
Can you imagine what will happen if the press gets a hold of this? They would ruin me. They would ruin you.
Why does it matter who our parents are?
You tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
Every politician needs a target.
You cannot see this girl again ever.
The rich man's dead. What have I done?
I love you. I love you too.
Skin, a new series, premieres Monday, October 20th on Fox.
1-0. Brad Radke is back to work. T-Mac and Half a Buck with you as we get ready for action in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Not Double J, huh?
1-0. The Yankees on top. Bernie Williams first up, then Jorge Posada, then Hideki Matsui. Bernie the only RBI of the night. But you said it at the time. He got a run home, but it was just a little flare into center field that advanced one runner. And the Yankees missed a golden opportunity to make a statement in the first inning. 0-1 from Radke. Ball and a strike.
There is talk around the batting cage all the time, and some of the players kidding each other. If guys aren't hitting the ball consistently on the fat part of the bat, they'll ask the player, can I read that when you're through? Meaning it sounds like he's hitting with a newspaper.
That's third base side. And it stays in play for out number 1.
That is yet another ball that sounds like it's being hit with a newspaper tonight. I mean, there are not a lot of balls, or have been a lot of balls hit hard and on the button tonight. Not even foul back. Both pitchers extremely sharp.
Jorge Posada struck out his first time. And as he struck out, Jeter stole third. Matsui then followed that. With runners at the corners, 2 out, he struck out. One thing you know you're going to get with Radke is a guy with immaculate control. Number 2 among active pitchers in that walks per 9 innings pitched ratio. Number 1 is his teammate Reed. That is a fair ball and a double. So Posada with the first extra base hit of the night, and he's at second with 1 out.
And Posada broke his bat on that hit, hitting it off the end of the bat. But it was a good piece of hitting by Posada. That ball tailing away, and he went with it, and it just stays fair by about 4 inches. Probably more doubles of that sort at this ballpark than any ballpark in the major leagues, because you have the crowd down both lines.
Well, the runner at second, 1 out. Matsui takes the ball up and in. Hideki ended the season 287, 106 RBIs, and for a while he was the Yankees' most reliable RBI man. Patient with that pitch. It's 2-0. The game's coming your way tomorrow on ESPN2. The Giants at the Marlins, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, and on ESPN, Game 3, Fryer against Maddox at Wrigley Field. That's tomorrow night. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Matsui breaks his bat and grounds one to Rivas. 2 out.
Yet another piece of tinder. Yeah, that matchup in Chicago tomorrow, Cy Young and Cy Future. As Mark Pryor, before he's through, is going to win 2 or 3 Cy Young awards himself. What a fine young arm he has. I think Greg Maddux will pitch well tomorrow night, and the wind could have a big reason. The wind blowing out or blowing in tomorrow could be an indicator of who wins that ball game.
You look at Aaron Boone and the family connections. Grandfather Ray, his dad Bob, his brother Brett. His uncle played in the NHL. Great bloodlines, and he's looking for a 2-out RBI hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there is that talented family. Add a day back at the vet. That's backing out of play. Strike 2 on Aaron Boone. The vet, which saw its last game at the end of the regular season
last Sunday, and what an emotional moment with Steve Carlton simulating the last pitch, Mike Schmidt rounding the bases simulating a home run, and who out of the bullpen but Tug McGraw.
On 1 and 2, Boone checks his swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Aaron holding up on the changeup out of the strike zone.
Full count. It almost looked like Boone was willing to let that pitch hit him. Didn't do much to get out of the way, and Pierzynski couldn't corral it. It's a full count.
You can see Pierzynski sitting inside, setting up inside. That ball just dipping out of the strike zone.
3-2 pitch. Slow roller, foul.
That was an interesting play, because on that foul ball, Posada retreated to third. There are 2 outs. Jorge is not a good base runner. Yankees had some problems on the bases the other day. But watch this. Here's a foul ball on the ground. Posada backs up. It's a ball, if anything, you're going to take off.
On 3-2. Boone, another squirter. Radke off the mound, and the inning is over. A one-out double by Posada. He is left on, and the Yankees have stranded 3. We go to the 5th inning already of Game 2. The Yankees leading this one 1-0. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Tonight on Fox 5 News, talk about an offensive foul. A Jet superstar is under fire. But wait till you hear what cops caught him doing. Stay right here. Fox 5 News is up right after the game.
Get it now. Any model, any style. It's the final days of the Ford authorized clearance, and now you can get incredible 0% financing for 6 full years on Ford Explorer. That's 0% financing for 6 years. Explorer has a smoother ride and a roomier interior. Now get a loaded Explorer XLT with 0 down and just $319 a month. That's no down payment and just $319 a month during the final days of the Ford authorized clearance. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store and get it now.
A whole airplane wanted to go to California. What did you do? We took them.
That's what we do. We fly the plane.
Pilots.
This woman was checking in a huge bag, so I took care of it for her.
Wow.
A woman asked me for a soda, so I gave it to her with ice.
So the ice acts as a chilling agent.
Sometimes people want to sit together, so I seat them next to each other.
If you want to fly from point A to point B on new planes, with people who just want to make your trip as easy as possible, these folks do that.
A man in 18C wanted headphones for his TV. I hooked him up.
There's love in this house.
It's our 94th birthday sale at PC Richard.
Check our circular for hundreds of sales specials on sharp LCD TVs.
From 13 inches to 37 inches, PC Richard has them all.
Mount them on a wall or under a kitchen cabinet.
Now specially priced for our 94th birthday.
Pay no interest for 15 months till January 2005 on everything we sell during this giant event.
It's our 94th birthday sale at PC Richard.
What are you moving towards? What do your eyes see when they look beyond the horizon? You know where you're going. And at Fleet, we see it too. And we're here to help you get there. With advice you can use to make smarter money decisions. Because the ones we make today shape the realities we live with tomorrow.
Baseball is brought to you locally by Fleet.
Torrey Hunter first step for the Twins here in the 5th inning. And that misses down at in ball 1. It'll be Hunter, Koski, and Krzyzewski. A 1-0 delivery. Everything working tonight for Andy Pettitte. 1 ball, 1 strike.
After missing with the cut fastball inside, he changes speeds on Hunter.
That's hit into left center field. Bernie Williams back at the wall. It's gone. Home run to tie it at 1. Torrey Hunter, who hit 26 during the regular season, goes deep, and it's 1-1 here in the 5th.
Hunter leading the Twins in home runs and RBIs, and he gets a big one here. It's a myth in baseball that every home run that's hit is a mistake. That's a myth. Good hitters hit good pitches out, but that was a mistake from Andy Pettitte.
Nobody on or out, and Corey Koski at the plate. Breaking ball for a strike.
This is a lollipop, and look how far he misses. Posada sitting up inside, and that ball right over the middle of the plate.
On 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
In fairness, Joe, you know, lollipops are popped up too. But not this one. Oh man.
On 1-1. Koski swings at it, strike 2. Corey Koski with a close bond with his manager, Ron Gardenhire. Gardenhire, who worked with him to make him a very good defensive third baseman. Batting down in the number 7 spot. Koski tried to check it. He didn't. 1 out. 8 strikeouts for Pettit.
Three of those strikeouts on check swings as Koski goes too far. That was very, very close, but punched out by Jim Joyce, the third base umpire.
Now Pierzynski. Last 2 years combined, he's hit .306, and there aren't many catchers across baseball doing that. Pettit hits the inside corner. One through the air that counted. The home run by Torrey Hunter here in the 5th inning.
That nobody could catch.
On 0-1. Ties up Pierzynski. There's another example of Pettit working inside the left-handed batter.
By design, as Posada sets up in there and Andy hits his spot.
Pierzynski swung and missed, and out at first for out number 2.
That was a very good play by Posada because he let the little tap develop.
Now Pierzynski's going to go back and try to tell him it's a foul ball.
Yeah, but he should know that it doesn't matter where the ball hits initially. If the ball trickles fair, it's a fair ball. And Posada lets it develop. Watch, he doesn't reach for it right away. Boom. Now he pounces on it, throws him out. See, it hits in foul territory. Now the overspin carries it in fair territory, and now Pierzynski runs. But too late. That's a fair ball. Nicely done by Posada.
So he was patient enough, and the putout is 2-3 as opposed to a strikeout. You could hear the ball hit something, but it hit the bat and then ended up rolling into fair territory.
That weird overspin took it just even with the plate. Tell you, Torrey Hunter's home run should count for like 6 runs the way these guys are pitching tonight. That's a feat to hit a home run off of the way Andy Pettit's pitching.
8 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, a walk allowed, and that's it. But Brad Radke's been right there with him. To the shortstop, Jeter. Low throw and safe as Jeter goosed it over to first. We are seeing things happen from this Yankees team in this series that you just can't believe.
I think Yankee fans saw it all year. The normally reliable Derek Jeter, not even throwing the ball hard. Derek never takes things for granted like that. But it's indicative of the style of play that the Yankees have had, and it has persisted during the playoffs, at least for a game and a half.
Hoping that Nick Johnson could dig it out was Jeter. He couldn't. And now it's Shannon Stewart, and this is the last guy Pettit wants to see at the plate. I mentioned .444 average in his career against this lefty Pettit, and he's walked and singled tonight. Ball 1. Stewart with 73 RBIs on the season, and a guy that when he hits the open market, he's a free agent to be. I'm sure the Yankees will take a good long hard look at him. Been paid over $6 million by the Toronto Blue Jays to play for the Twins.
Talk about good moves made around the All-Star break. Terry Ryan, the general manager of the Twins, made a dandy move by picking up Stewart. A freebie. All you have to pay him is meal money. You lose Bobby Keelty, give him meal money, and he produces like that. I'd say he's worth it.
1 ball, 1 strike. And you see that more and more now, where teams are willing to make a deal where they're basically paying for a prospect. They're paying for a guy that they think can help them down the road, and they're willing to pay a salary, in this case, it was Shannon Stewart, to play for the Twins to make that happen. To the second baseman, Soriano, and it goes past him. Over to third is Guzman. And it's first and third, 2 out, and this Yankee Stadium crowd is letting the Yankees have it again with another defensive mistake.
Well, it may go as a base hit, but it's a ball that's got to be caught. There are 2 things. The ball got by Pettit, and it looked like Soriano was fooled, thinking maybe Andy had caught the ball or knocked it down. And I'm not sure about the second base umpire, but that's from game 1. The sloppy play by Soriano, and then Bernie Williams, and Soriano again. So it is a base hit, but it's a ball that clearly should have gotten the Yankees out of the inning.
Whether he was deked by Pettit or just flat out didn't see it come off the bat, he got a late break on that ball and ended up just flailing at it as the inning continues for Rivas.
You know, the second base umpire, where he's positioned right there, you could almost understand it, not making excuses for Soriano, but Pettit almost catching the ball, the second base umpire almost in his way. He may have been shielded, I don't know.
Down and in, ball 1 to Rivas. Rivas with 43 RBIs during the regular season could put the Twins on top here in the 5th. First and third, 2 out. Boone. Yankee fans hold their breath and the inning is over.
Here's what we were talking about on the Soriano play. Second base umpire and the pitcher, and watch the route of the ball. Line drive, Pettit misses it. I think the umpire blocked him out in fairness.
The Twins have tied it on the home run by Hunter.
You know what it is? Jury duty.
They hired him to guarantee a verdict.
Everybody has a secret. Find it.
Now, there's a man on the inside.
Who's next?
Nicholas Easter.
Go ahead and take it.
And a woman on the outside.
Hello, Rick. You can call me Marley.
Payphone 15 miles away.
Who won't play by his rules.
The jury's mine, and I can push it either way for a price.
How did he sound?
Rich.
This girl is an amateur. I want you to find her. You're losing me my jury.
Runaway Jury, rated PG-13. October 17th.
Oh, check this out. Dumb dog. So predictable. Domino's Philly cheesesteak pizza.
No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak. Guys like Domino's pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Your boss expects a report in 1 hour, but it's a gorgeous 74 degrees outside. So you handle it like a true professional. With a laptop powered by Centrino, Intel's mobile technology, you can work wirelessly in thousands of places, even Bryant Park, under your favorite tree. Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Do you have the right truck?
Hi, black coffee to go.
Does your truck have better resale value than Ford and Dodge? A Silverado half-ton pickup does.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, is this your truck? What's it going for? What do you mean, what's it going for?
Let me make you an offer.
It's not for sale.
What do you mean here? It's for sale.
It's not for sale.
Silverado, it's the right truck from Chevy.
This October, a real American cowboy with a fake American fortune is taking the women of Europe for a ride.
He's worth about $80 million.
Would Fox lie to innocent foreign women who've never heard of Joe Millionaire? Oui.
He's rich.
The next Joe Millionaire, an international affair. Monday, October 20th on Fox.
It's 1-1 in the bottom of the fifth, and Nick Johnson first up for the Yankees. Rivera and Soriano will follow. 8-9-1 against Radke. And Brad Radke has been terrific. Ball one up and in. Radke is allowed a run on 4 hits. He struck out 2. Johnson is jammed, and he pops it up for out number 1. It was a foul ball when it came down. Nick Johnson 0 for 2, and here comes Juan Rivera. Joe Torre likes the possibilities with Juan Rivera more than he liked going with Kareem Garcia or David DeLucci. DeLucci with a bad ankle is on this roster more as a pinch hitter, and Rivera, Torre thinks he could surprise people by getting a pitch to drive and doing something with it. He finished the season strong. Ended up hitting .266 with 7 home runs and 26 RBIs. He reaches out and flies one into left center. Easy for Shannon Stewart. 2 out.
That was the first breaking ball that Brad Radke's thrown tonight. We talked about how Brad will throw 3 or 4 a game, and it looked like a little slider just off the plate away, but off the end of the bat. Gene Mott, who was a terrific manager and never really won the big prize, the World Series, used to say that a pitcher and a catcher, their main job is to keep the ball off the fat part of the bat, and are both pitchers doing that tonight very, very well.
Soriano with a solid single to left, his first time up. He has scored the only run of the night for the Yankees. And I know we keep saying this, but back in the first, down 1-0 the Yankees loaded the bases with nobody out. Had Bernie Williams, Posada, and Matsui coming up and got only 1 run. Shortstop Guzman can't get it. And 2 out of 3 is Soriano as he extends this 5th inning.
Off the handle. I'd pitch out if I were the Twins on the first pitch. With 2 outs, a lot of times the number of outs in an inning dictate whether a guy's going to run or not. The reason they try to run early in the count is to give the hitter a chance to work the count and to be able to hit instead of waiting for him. So it's a running situation for Soriano right here.
At some point in this at bat, if it lasts long enough, he's got to try to steal.
No question.
Ball 1.
Thing about pitching out with Derek Jeter is Jeter's a bad ball hitter anyway, and it's very difficult to walk Derek Jeter. He's a free swinger, so you don't really suffer much by pitching out. Of course, now the count is in Jeter's favor. Chance of a pitch out's remote.
So instead, a throw over. 35 steals during the regular season. Back in the first inning after a leadoff hit. First pitch to Jeter. With nobody out in the inning, Soriano was running. Not running as Jeter takes ball 2. And the count even more in the favor of Jeter and Soriano. Pitch out is gone as a possibility with a count 2-0. Starts and stops, and a wide strike to make it 2-1 on Jeter.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to fake break with the count 2 balls and no strikes to a good hitter. When you do that, you get his attention toward the runner, and you're really not doing anything. There's no purpose in fake breaking in that situation.
See if Soriano takes off here.
Derek Jeter stepping out to give Soriano a chance to regroup at first base.
He's going. Pierzynski's through. Too late.
What a quick release by Pierzynski. Bad pitch to handle. Whenever catcher has to backhand the ball and make the throw, tough pitch to handle. I think the left hand was in when he tagged him on the left shoulder. Closer look. I don't know. Terrific throw by Pierzynski.
He was out. Called safe. 3 balls and a strike on Jeter. A high fastball. It's a full count.
One more look. Was his left hand on the bag? No. Looked like the fingers were splayed and up.
Yankee fans ask Jeter for a big 5th inning hit. Now it's up to Giambi. First walk of the night by Radke. This Yankee team is now 2 out of 15 with runners in scoring position in this series so far. 1 for 5 tonight. And it's Giambi with 2 on, 2 out. The Yankees need their big money DH to deliver here in the 5th. Way out in front of a changeup. The bigger the batter, the softer he throws it.
The more frustrating the batter. Right.
Radke trying to work his way out of trouble. Off the hands, and it's 0-2.
Think about that difficult sequence. Change up low and away, fastball up and in.
Pressure on Giambi here in the 5th inning. Showing that fastball up, it's 1-2. Radke did not want to throw a strike with that 0-2 fastball.
He may not throw one here with that changeup low and away. We'll see how they outwork Giambi. They've shown him those too high fastballs to work the count in their favor. Looks like a changeup low and away.
Nope. Got it. High fastball, and Giambi comes up empty. Another chance gone for the Yankees. We go to the 6th, tied at 1.
Wow, somebody's letting go today.
It's okay. I had Subway for lunch.
Subway, delicious low-fat sandwiches, so you can feel good about being good and okay about being bad.
It's okay. I had Subway.
Subway, good, so you don't always have to be.
Ooh, Mommy, I like it.
Check it out.
We have a backyard, look.
You okay?
Yeah. It's my first backyard, too.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Own the DVD packed with high-octane action. Now.
I have something I want you to carry. We'll be driving.
Speed is their weapon.
Once you finish the run, they're going to kill you.
Own Too Fast, Too Furious.
Bring it home.
Now.
Wireless troubles?
My phone works here, not there. Same with voicemail, email.
Sprint is different. All your services work the same wherever you go on the most complete, all-digital, advanced wireless network in the nation. And all the calls are clear.
So everything works.
And this will never happen again.
PCS from Sprint. Try the nation's most complete wireless network.
Just how close are you to finding a place with a spectacular view? Chances are closer than you think. Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush.
We move into the 6th inning of this division series. It's game 2. Minnesota on top 1-0 Straight up 10 o'clock here in the East, and Andy Pettitte, who has been outstanding, heads back to work. He and Brad Radke grabbed the headline so far. The only RBI for the Yankees, Bernie Williams, a sac fly in the 1st. And it was Torrey Hunter with a leadoff home run in the 5th inning. The only runs. Last inning, Pettitte pitched around a couple of misplays behind him to keep it 1-1 as Mientkiewicz takes a strike. So here are the big payroll Yankees. A $115 million difference in payrolls between these two organizations and the teams that they're fielding. And the Minnesota Twins won game 1, a final of 3-1. The Yankees have missed opportunities tonight. Again, more defensive miscues. And this Yankee Stadium crowd is restless. 2-1 pitch. Mientkiewicz 3-1.
Put that very well. It's like the Chase Manhattan Bank against the Bank of Enola, Manitoba.
That's right. And to the Twins' credit, they have rolled in here and not been intimidated one bit.
Their confidence very impressive.
And it's growing by the inning. Second walk handed out by Pettitte, and it's a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. We look at the differences between these two. David versus Goliath. The Twins franchise, the Yankees. The 26 World Series titles, the 2 for the Twins. First season, first place finishes. But if this is David versus Goliath, David's got a good bullpen. David's got a good rotation. David's got a good defensive team. And David's got an aggressive team on the bases, and they put the bat on the ball.
David's got more in a slingshot this time.
No doubt. 1 on, nobody out for LeCroy. Matthew 0 for 2 as he takes a strike. And you can just feel the tension in this stadium as it is getting serious here in the 6th inning. Late swing, strike 2.
A lot of times when pitching coaches are sitting on the side, they gauge the velocity of a pitcher by the way the hitter swings. Late swings are good anytime, but particularly in the middle innings.
On 0-2. Ball 1. After LeCroy, it's Jock Jones and Torrey Hunter.
I got something.
Going to first, and Minkiewicz read it easily.
Yeah, Minkiewicz is not a fast runner. There are 3 Twins who are not fast runners: Minkiewicz, LeCroy, and Pierzynski. All the others can run very, very well.
Here's a 1-2. 2-2. This game started, it was 52 degrees. It feels like the temperatures dropped a little, upper 40s. See all these players blowing into their bare hand, including Andy Pettit. He's been blowing into that left hand all night. His 2-2 pitch to LeCroy. Breaking ball is popped into shallow right. That's Rivera, and that's out number 1. That'll bring in Jock Jones, and we'll see how aggressive inside Andy Pettit is with Jones at the plate. So far 0 for 2. He's grounded back to the pitcher and struck out.
Twins with 3 hits, and left-handers have not come close to Pettit tonight. Not a hit by the 4 left-handers in the lineup so far.
Ron Gardenhire talking about Jones. He liked his chances against Pettit. And again, that's a foul tip. As he told us before the game, these are our best players. I may go with the kids later on in the game, but if I'm going into this game, I'm getting my best out on the field, and that's what he's done with his lineup. Doesn't matter that a lefty's on the mound. He's staying with the veterans that have put him in a position to get into the playoffs and now have a 1-game-to-none lead. That fastball misses. It's 1-1.
Ron telling us also that he did that last year against Oakland. And think of the Oakland left-handed pitching. Mark Mulder, who didn't make the postseason, he's hurt. But Barry Zito won the Cy Young Award last year, and they beat a very good Oakland team, who's now 2-0 up on Boston.
2-1 on Jones.
Barry Zito beating the Red Sox today in Oakland 5-1.
On 2-1. Back to Pettit. Knocks it down. Will fire to second. And that's the only out the Yankees can get. Doug Minkiewicz, who will head back to the dugout, is wearing a microphone for us. He was talking to Nick Johnson, the first baseman for the Yankees. He was saying, hey, Nick, Pettit ever catch you napping over here at first?
They ever picked you off before?
No, I pretty much. I can see it pretty much. Every once in a while.
Kenny Rogers hit me in the chest with the first pick over in spring training. I thought I killed him.
2 first basemen talking it over at first. Andy Pettit so good at going over there. Now it's Jones running, and a ground ball up the middle. Jeter a diving stop, and he flips. The runner, Jones, was already at the bag, and that should be another hit for Torrey Hunter. Jeter did all he could, but I think, Tim, even with an accurate throw and Soriano coming up with it, Jones would have been safe.
That's the advantage of having Jones run on that play. The speed of Jones pays off in a very small way. Because had he not been running, Jeter can take his time with this little flip. As it is, he throws it over Soriano, but had Soriano make the catch, you're right.
Really was aggressive base running that helped the Minnesota Twins take game 1 of this division series. The running of Guzman in particular. Going first to third on a hit to left, running on Matsui. Scoring on a shallow sac fly to center, running on Bernie Williams. Here's Koski. Ball 1. In-game box score for the Twins is brought to you by Midas, and there aren't many hits. In fact, just 2 guys. Hunter has 2 hits, including a home run, and Shannon Stewart 2 hits and a walk. 1-0 pitch. Trying to stay inside to Koski. It's 2-0.
Jeter has been carrying on a conversation with Aaron Boone, the third baseman, saying, look, I'm the only guy who's going to be able to hold Jones on at second base. So cover the hole between short and third. There is a big hole for a guy who goes the other way like Koski.
The 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Koski's last home run was the 5th of July. He's been bothered by a bad back this season, and you can see that hole on the left side as Jeter is trying to keep Jack Jones close at second.
I don't think you ought to worry about Jack Jones in this situation. There are 2 outs. He's not going to run anyway with the left-handed batter up there.
3-0 pitch. 3-1. Good speed on for Minnesota. Koski drove home 69 during the regular season. Good pitch. 3-2.
That was a cut fastball right on the corner. Now that gets the crowd back into it.
And now a visit from Jorge Posada. The Yankees in the bottom of this inning will have Williams, Posada, and Matsui. Runners will go.
I break for yard sales.
I break for animals.
I break for donuts.
Chocolate.
My grandkids.
Boys.
I break for little old ladies.
Bingo.
Leprechauns.
UFOs. I break for free oil changes. Visit your local Midas mechanic now and get a free oil change with any Midas brake job, including installation of our lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. That's free oil and filter with any new brakes.
I break for no apparent reason.
We do it every day, the morning marathon. So Nutri-Grain announces new chewy granola bars with the energy of granola and fruit, plus B vitamins to help keep you going. New Nutri-Grain granola, an energized way to respect yourself in the morning.
MGM Pictures presents Academy Award winner Denzel Washington in Out of Time.
I need Prince ASAP.
Chief, you okay?
Just do it!
Critics are saying he delivers a knockout performance. Out of Time, rated PG-13, starts tomorrow everywhere.
Introducing Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito. Packed with shredded chicken, simmered in Mexican spices, loads of seasoned rice, and zesty fiesta salsa. It's a little spicy. Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito, just $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
Inside that Game Boy, right next to the silicon chip, is something familiar, a battery. And while it may not be the biggest decision of your day, consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. So whether it's monitoring a beating heart or beating the aliens on the 8th level, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Center field is definitely my home. And I'm always ready to hit that wall. Sometimes I hit the wall so hard, it rattles my brain. But I'd rather rob a home run than hit a home run any day of the week. Just to see the expression on their face, that's the best feeling ever. I live for this.
Watch the World Series on Fox beginning October 18th. Don't miss it.
Still 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bernie Williams, who has the only RBI for the Yankees. They miss Paul O'Neill in uniform with this Yankee team.
What a player.
No more Tino Martinez, who's now in St. Louis. Roches had a good run here. Paul O'Neill was always right in the middle of it for the Yankees. 1 ball, no strikes. Posada next. And then Matsui. Radke 3 strikeouts. None bigger than that last one. That's popped up. Easy for Torrey Hunter, 1 out. You remember our Sprint virtual manager question, which town would be the most heartbroken should its team lose in the division series? And you all came up with Boston. 37%. They're down 2 games to none. You answered by using your PCS Vision phone. From Sprint, you logged on to foxsports.com. 1 out here in the 6th inning, and here's Posada. Good fastball for a strike. Remember that strikeout? We didn't really get a chance to talk about it with Giambi. Last inning, 2 on, 2 out. Talked about the fastball that missed up. Everybody, I'm sure, including Giambi, looking for a changeup down and away.
I was.
And Radke came right back with a high fastball, and Giambi swung through it.
So one thing that Kevin Kennedy pointed out on the pregame show, that Giambi's been chasing that pitch, and he's done so tonight, too.
Two balls and a strike on Posada, who hit 30 home runs during the regular season. Shooting for one there, and he comes up empty, 2-2.
Change up and a fastball count.
To the right side. What a play by Minkiewicz. To his left for the out. 2 down. Boy, that was a tough play for Minkiewicz to his left.
We said it earlier. They can catch the ball on defense. They may have the surest hands of any defense in baseball. Minkiewicz cheating toward the line to prevent a double, an extra base hit, as most teams do, and the late innings of a tie ball game, close game. Nice play by Minkiewicz.
Matsui with the bases empty. 2 out in the 6th. Fastball for a strike. Been 90, 91 all night with that fastball. 79 or 80 with a changeup. Strike 2. Statistically, you talk about Radke. When he gets over 76 pitches, opponents have teed off on him this season. 349 opponents batting average. He's at 80 right now. And he has 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th inning. 0-2 to Matsui. Ball 1. Two and 2. Matsui hit 16 home runs during the regular season. Now it's full.
Fastball hitting count. Matsui with some power. Short porch and right. We'll get a change up here probably.
And it's ball 4. A 2-out walk, and the second walk handed out by Radke.
Radke going with the fastball on that 3-2 count.
Now it's Aaron Boone.
Joe, there's several things that you try to stay away from in late innings of a tie ball game, and one is pitching guys inside too much, because that's obviously the pitch to jerk. So Radke trying to stay away. It's not that you can't show a fastball inside or a slider inside, as Pettit has done to right-handed batters, but for the most part they're going to try to stay away.
Aaron Boone, a late swing and a miss.
Pinpoint control by Radke.
5 hits for the Yankees, only 4 for Minnesota. 0-1 pitch. Another fastball, another swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
He really missed with that fastball. That ball wandering back toward the middle of the plate, but missed by Boone. That pitch was hittable. That last one.
Boone now set up at 0-2. Matsui was. He eventually walked. Matsui does not run much. 2 out of 4 in the stolen base department. In case you wonder. Boone stays alive. Aaron Boone had a flair for the dramatic early with a lot of late inning and walk-off home runs for that Cincinnati team that featured quite a few of those. They didn't pile up a ton of wins, but the ones that they had, especially in the first half of the season, were all dramatic. And Boone in the month of April was a big part of that. Came to the Yankees, hit 6 home runs for New York. Pitch out on 0-2, and they are worried about Matsui.
Yeah, not a good inaugural season for the Cincinnati Reds in their new ballpark. Great American Park in Cincinnati. Saw some desperate trades around July 31st.
On 1-2, Boone stays up there, and that pitch was up.
That was up and a mistake. There are some pitches that are up that aren't mistakes, but see that little hump right there? Usually that indicates a pitcher got under the breaking ball, and it's a dangerous pitch. to anybody, but especially a big guy like Boone.
Pretty good battle put on by Aaron Boone now with 2 quick strikes. Able to foul a few off. Yankees had to end up trading Brandon Clausen, their top left-handed starting pitching prospect, part of the Aaron Boone deal. One-two. Another foul.
Always felt that the more a hitter swings and fouls balls off, the more off the plate you can go. Just keep going farther and farther and farther off the plate.
Another 1-2 and another foul.
Inherently, all hitters hate to be called out on strikes. That's why you get a guy like Boone who has fouled off a bunch of pitches. If you're the pitcher, you just keep going away, 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 farther off the plate.
Inning over. A 9-pitch at bat. Up over 90 for Radke on the night. That's strikeout number 4. 7th inning. Still 1-1 in the Bronx.
Tonight on Fox 5 News, what's a campaign without a sex scandal? Why Arnold is apologizing for his bad behavior. Stay right there. Fox 5 News is up right after the game.
What time is your flight?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Hold on. What terminal are you at?
It's Terminal 4.
4?
Thanks. Welcome to JFK. Thanks. JFK, no. Honey. LaGuardia.
What?
LaGuardia. Nothing handles the tri-state like an E-Class. We understand. We live here, too.
It's your money. Make it work a little. The Orange Savings Account from ING Direct. America's highest yield with no minimums or fees. Call 1-800-ING-DIRECT.
You hear that?
I hear it. Over there. Back. Go that way. No. Right. Right there.
The Corolla. It's not the destination. It's the drive.
She came from over there.
Baseball is brought to you locally by Continental Airlines.
7th inning now. Bottom 2 in the lineup for Minnesota. That means Pierzynski, Guzman, and then back to the top, Shannon Stewart. 1-1 game. A total of 9 hits. That's it. As ball 1 misses inside to Pierzynski. AJ has grounded out twice. A 1-0. 2-0.
We talked about nicknames earlier in the game. We haven't talked about the elongated version of AJ's name. It's Anthony John from Bridgehampton, New York. So he's back home.
Here's a 2-0 pitch to Anthony John. Rolled over to second. Soriano to his left. This week on Fox NFL Sunday, the pregame show, Mike Holmgren returns to Green Bay. And we'll look at those surprising undefeated Seahawks, plus more on Emmett's return to Dallas and Mariucci's return to San Francisco. It's old home week. And how about Donovan McNabb? Everything he's been through this week, and now a win for the Eagles. They will host the Washington Redskins, and they'll talk to Donovan. That's on the Ford F-150 Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, Sunday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Ball one to Guzman. Christian is 0 for 2. 2-0 from Pettit. Two and one. Three and one. I think one of the more interesting stories with Minnesota has to do with Tom Kelly, the longtime manager of the Twins, one of the best managers ever. The kind of success he had there. Won the 2 World Championships in '87 over St. Louis and '91 over Atlanta. When you talk about a guy helping out the organization, he is advanced scouting for the Twins and is in constant communication with Ron Gardenhire, who was on his staff and took over for him when he called it quits. 3-2 pitch. A 1-out walk. One on, one out. And we talk about Andy Pettit. And he has been steady, no doubt about that. 149 career victories for the Yankees. 5th in Yankee history with those 1,275 strikeouts. And the 10 postseason wins, albeit with many more chances than some of the Yankee greats back before divisional play. And LCS play. Division Series play. That's in for a strike. The leadoff man, Shannon Stewart.
Tom Kelly calling Ron Gardenhire yesterday morning and fretting about perhaps forgetting something the night before, and Gardy said, hey, we won yesterday.
I just think it says so much about a guy who had as much success as Kelly did in Minnesota. He's helping out the guy who succeeded him. Now, he was on his staff.
And he's being paid, obviously. Obviously, all of those things.
But he is ferocious about advanced scouting. And he's rooting for the guy who took over his spot, which I think says a lot about him.
Yep.
Makes you think of Al Newman, who is back home and watching these games and doing a lot better. Brain hemorrhage, September 10th. And Al is very much in the hearts of these players, and his jersey hanging in the dugout while the Twins play here in New York. As Stewart is out in front of that pitch, and it's 0-2. Look at Al Newman and his career. Twins second baseman, 2 World Series titles. And they're thinking of Al as this crowd watches an 0-2 pitch come from Pettit to Shannon Stewart. Ball one. On deck is Rivas, the second baseman. The clicker and the pitch count. A check on the runner at first. Up over 100 pitches in this start for Pettit. Joe Torre is not opposed to using Mariano Rivera for 2 innings here tonight in the right situation. 1 on, 1 out. And 2-2 on Shannon Stewart.
We asked Joe that. You specifically asked Joe that tonight in our meeting before the game. And we didn't follow up with whether it was with the lead or not. But I would assume it would have to, that the Yankees would have to have a lead for Joe to do that, as opposed to a 1-1 ball game.
Two out.
You talk about wicked stuff. The term players use now, it's filthy. This thing is ridiculous.
Career high for strikeouts in a game for Pettit is 12. He has 10 tonight. And it's his career postseason high.
Pettit stuff hasn't bathed in a year.
No.
I mean, one fly ball out to the outfield.
With 2 out, Rivas takes a pitch in the dirt. This time, Posada a little better at getting down and blocking it, which is important when you've got a runner at first, 2 out, and a guy who's not a huge home run threat at the plate in Rivas.
Take a look at the Yankee outfielders, too. They're playing a step or two deeper with 2 out in a tie game in the 7th inning. They're in their no doubles defense.
Fastball's high. It's 2-0. At the bottom of the inning, it'll be Nick Johnson, Juan Rivera, and Alfonso Soriano. Each side starting the 7th inning with the 8 and 9 hitters. A 2-0 pitch to Rivas. Good pitch on 2-0 on the inside corner. 2-1. Minkiewicz on deck. Guzman or any runner can't get too comfortable taking a lead over at first.
That could come into play if Rivas finds a gap in the outfield or hits a ball down the line. Keep him a step closer, a step or two closer at first base. That could mean the difference perhaps in a play at the plate.
On 2-1. 2-2. Into center field, Bernie Williams. Let's stretch.
Now this is big.
Now's the best time to buy wireless phones and accessories during the big sale at Radio Shack.
It's so big, it's
the PCS Vision Picture Phone Sanyo 5300 with built-in digital camera and flash for just $79.99 after $150 Sprint instant savings.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
The big sale. Now at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
I got a question for the folks at Radio Shack. Who's in charge of spelling around here?
Come on in, Derek. Derek, I thought we had this thing worked out. I hear you're out dancing, eating, and just carousing with your friends. Is it true you're going out every night?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, Derek, we are running late. Sorry.
Well, that's the last of it.
The original rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and coming soon, the new full-size Pathfinder Armada. Two Pathfinders, countless adventures.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's a new dance floor, a nap with your best friend. It's everything under the sun for everything under your feet, all at the guaranteed low price. And now through November 5th, save 20% on select special order flooring, including wood, laminate, ceramic tile, and vinyl. Whether you do it yourself or have it installed, nobody covers more floors more stylishly than we do. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Eliza Dushku will find her true calling. Thursdays, Fox Fall.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Absolute beautiful rendition of God Bless America, and Ronan Tynan, the Irish tenor, gives you chills every time he performs that here at Yankee Stadium. He is sensational. Ron Gardenhire talking about this Minnesota Twins team and talking about their perception around baseball. I think this says it all.
When they talk about our team, we've been called feisty, aggressive, low budget, small budget. Nobody's ever said we're good. That's amazing to me. We're not bad. We're a pretty good baseball team. And that word never comes out. Hey, these guys are good.
I think that's well said. And I think it's something that if they weren't aware of that going into this series here in New York, they are now. This is a very good and very dangerous Minnesota team.
I think the New York Yankee players were certainly aware of that, even if the fans perhaps weren't. I mean, here's a team that won 90 ball games during the course of the year. They won only 86 when they won the World Championship back in 1987 against the Cardinals. But a lot of people saying, well, it's an easy division and all that. Bunk, says Ron Gardenhire.
Well, he had the ability, and he did it this year, of getting these guys to play for him. The Minnesota Twins were disappointing in the first half. No team played better in the second half record-wise than the Minnesota Twins. And it really all came after he held a press conference after a game and said, I apologize to the Twins fans for the way we just played. We got guys out there trying to pitch, do all they can. It happened in the middle part of August, and after that, they just absolutely took off. Before the bottom of the seventh in a 1-1 game, we'll check in with Jeannie Zelasco for a game break.
K-Square, Jay-Z here, just enjoying the baseball. Barry Zito sure enjoyed his day. He returned to Cy Young form at the expense of the Red Sox, now down 0-2 in the series. And by the way, either the Cubs or Braves will be up against it Saturday when they meet for Game 4. The trip to the NLCS on the line. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox.
Jeannie, thanks. We play in the bottom of the seventh. It'll be Nick Johnson, Juan Rivera, and Alfonso Soriano. We talked about it last inning. Action for the Yankees out in their bullpen. With the way Pettit's pitching, it can only be one guy. Rivera. If the Yankees score a run in this bottom of the 7th, the 8th and 9th innings will belong to Rivera. Hawkins, who is sensational. J.C. Romero, the left-hander, getting loose. That's a little too high, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike on Johnson. That's foul. 1-2. The Yankees down 1-0. Fighting to try to even this series before it heads to the Metrodome, where the Twins have been dominant in the postseason. Leadoff man is on.
Of all things, Brad Radke hitting Nick Johnson, a guy with superb control all night, all season, throughout his career, misses inside, and now Rivera will be called upon to bunt. Hear that expression a lot, overthrowing. It looked like Brad Radke was trying to throw that ball through a brick wall.
He hit 5 during the regular season, and now you wonder how the Yankees will play it.
Oh, they'll bunt. I'm sure they'll be bunting. What do you think?
Well, I've already lost 1 mobile home, so I'm going to lay off that. But, yeah, I would agree. With Soriano and Jeter to follow. And a go-ahead run at first and nobody out here in the 7th. You wonder what Rivera's bunting skills are like. He gets it down. It ends up perfect. The sacrifice is good. 1-3 down to second. The go-ahead run. Johnson with 1 out.
Not a good bunt, but an effective bunt. This ball has too much hang time. But Minkiewicz is not fast, and he wasn't charging. I'm a little confused why Minkiewicz wasn't charging, since Johnson's not a real fast runner. I don't think he catches the ball in the air anyway. But an effective sacrifice. Look at Minkiewicz. The first baseman's responsibility is to charge hard, and he stayed back. Radke feels the ball and makes the play, but the sacrifice successful.
And that's going to be it for Radke. What a tremendous job of pitching tonight by Brad Radke, but it may not be enough. Go ahead run at second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Minnesota will go to the bullpen.
Let's say this is you. Yeah, you're the king. But being the king isn't always easy. So, when you're with Allstate, you'll have over 50,000 professionals to help protect you. From claims adjusters who can help you fix a broken castle, to emergency assistants to ride to your rescue, to lawyers that go to court with you if you need them, and your Allstate agent who knows the moves to help you. Helping you, the king, feel protected. Just one more way you're in good hands with Allstate.
You know, some interesting facts about Delaware, guys. It was the first state to ratify the Constitution. Thank you, forefathers. Man, am I glad we wrote that thing up. Each article, I mean, we'll cover all the articles, but North Carolina. Horse population of 220,000. A lot of hooves, too, almost 1 million. A lot of hay. What is hay, exactly? Is it wheat? I dated a girl named Georgia. Had to break
For
it
when
off,
you
though.
need it most, our longest-lasting Energizer Max ever.
After that, I told myself,
Do you have the bunny
I am
inside?
not dating girls named after states.
It's always been our dream to run a bed and breakfast.
Could Procrit be right for you? Talk to your doctor about Procrit or call 1-800-PROCRIT.
Me, I want what's coming to me. The world, Chico, and everything in it.
Say hello to my little friend!
With the never-ending pasta bowl, whatever you choose, it's like getting a strike every time you bowl.
It's never-ending pasta bowling. Too far, too far.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl, just $7.95. Pick one combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Have all you want.
This is unbelievable.
Brad Radke allowed a run on 5 hits, still responsible for Nick Johnson at second. He got into the 7th. A smile from his manager Gardenhire, and here is LaTroy Hawkins. He can throw. Great fastball. His control much better than a couple of years ago, and he has blossomed. A free agent to be.
Not only is control better, he's throwing harder. In the minor leagues, he rarely broke 90. Now he gets it up to 97.
Soriano against Hawkins in his career. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, and that ball was just blown by him. Hawkins was the winner in game 1. Came on with a man on in the 7th inning. Walked the first man he faced and then took care of the rest. Go ahead run at second, 1 out. Two balls and a strike. Jeter next. Johnson does not have a ton of speed at second. That's down and in. 3-1.
There's no pitching around Soriano in this situation. And Hawkins is trying to throw strikes. No way do you pitch around Soriano to get to Jeter, one of the great clutch hitters in postseason.
Left side, base hit. Here comes Johnson. The Yankees take the lead 2-1 in the 7th.
A 3-1 fastball. It's down in the strike zone. Remember that first pitch at which Soriano swung. It was up. Johnson scoring easily, and the Yankees take the lead.
Johnson reached when he was hit by a pitch to start the inning. Then the bunt, pitching change, and the hit. Soriano again fakes over at first. Ball 1 high to Jeter. The 25-year-old Soriano delivers in the 7th. Hey. 364 career average against LaTroy Hawkins for Jeter. Off the plate. Hawkins throws wild, and it ends up in the seats. Jeter will go down to second. Soriano will be at third with only 1 out.
Hawkins thought he had to rush the throw, and he did have to rush it. But he makes a bad throw to Mientkiewicz. From that distance, it's very difficult for a guy like Mientkiewicz to make that play. Soriano looking at the play, as he should. tough for a pitcher like Hawkins to throw a changeup to first base. But he had to throw something that Mankiewicz could handle. I'd be surprised if they walked Giambi here. I think he'd try to throw him high fastballs and get him to pop it up or strike him out.
Second and third, one out. This tells you all you need to know about how the Minnesota Twins feel about the way Giambi's swinging the bat.
Yep.
You've got Bernie Williams on deck. And instead of walking Giambi, who has historically been a huge threat at the plate with first base open, they're going to pitch to him and hope that Hawkins can just blow it by him. The infield is in. Second and third, one out. One ball, one strike.
With the Yankees having a lead by one, Soriano with speed at third base as Hawkins blows it by Giambi. I think on a ground ball, even with the infield in, you send the runner. Take a chance. You have the lead. You have speed on it, third and second.
Strike two. So far, Giambi with a flare hit in the first. 1 out of 7 in this series. 3 strikeouts. The middle, 2 runs are going to score. Giambi comes through.
We have a wireless family talk plan.
So do we. We share lots of minutes.
We do too.
We never pay long distance charges.
Neither do we. And we have rollover. We don't.
Only Singular has family talk with rollover. Unused anytime minutes, rollover month after month, so you're protected from overage charges months you talk more. Now add a line for only $9.99 and get up to 4 Nokia color screen phones.
We call it our. They're our minutes and we're keeping them. Plan.
Family talk with rollover. Another reason to come in and see why Singular fits you best.
Let's say this is your car. Nice hardtop. If you drive safely, meaning you do stuff like obey the speed limit, always check your blind spot, and avoid accidents, hey, watch it, lead foot, then Allstate could reward you with something you'll eat right up. Some green. Up to 20% off your insurance bill. It's the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Call today and find out how you're in good hands with Allstate. Hey, this is for the safe driver. Here you go.
Heartburn?
Yeah, I tried Pepsid AC, but it takes like 40 minutes to start working.
Tums starts neutralizing acid fast. I'm taking Prilosec OTC. Read the label. That can take 1 to 4 days to fully kick in.
Delayed release tablet.
Delayed release. It should say delayed relief. Take Tums. Nothing's faster.
It's got the calcium I need.
What more do you want? I want Tums.
Always fast, always calcium, Tums.
Something terrible is about to happen. Today, the Bluth family will become poor.
Police boats? Securities and Exchange Commission.
They are going to keep Dad in prison. Also, they're going to have to put a halt in the company's expense account. Interesting. I would have expected that after they're keeping Dad in jail.
It's the story of a family that lost everything and the one son sane enough to pull them through.
You love it here? I'm having the time of my life. Hey, T-Bone.
Arrested Development, Sunday, November 2nd on Fox.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Bernie Williams digs his way in against the third pitcher of the inning, J.C. Romero. But Troy Hawkins faced 3. One man, Jeter, reached on an error. Hits by Soriano and Giambi, and it's 4-1 here in the 7th. And another base hit.
Thing about LaTroy Hawkins, we talked about when he came in that his high fastball was the pitch with which he was most effective. Look where both balls, first Soriano right there to put the Yankees ahead, and then Giambi with the 2 RBIs with the ball up the middle. For LaTroy Hawkins, the ball down is easier to handle than the ball upstairs, as shown by that great shot right there.
Now Posada takes a strike. You know, you and I were thinking along the same lines about Rivera out in the bullpen now. Now you've got a 3-run lead.
Right.
It could be bigger than a 3-run lead. Therefore not a save situation. But if you're Joe Torre, how much do you want to play with all that? Already down 1 game to none. As that misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike to Posada.
And you've got an off day tomorrow. The Yankees travel tonight to Minneapolis, as obviously the Twins do. So why toy with it? Even if you have a 4-run lead, why not use Rivera at least in the 8th inning?
A 1-1.
Then if the Yankees open things up in the 8th inning, perhaps you'd like to go to somebody else. But right now, this game is ever so precious to the Yankees.
This series will resume on Saturday in Minneapolis. Slow roller. That's a tough play. Romero off balance. Wow, what a play for the second out of the inning. And Romero's a guy who's been bothered by a sore groin as he comes up grimacing after that play. Bothered by a sore groin since early in the season in May.
See, there's no play at third base. Third baseman Corey Koski comes in. Normally a left-hander would have a little flip to get the runner at third base, but Romero with a sensational play to get Posada.
11 o'clock here at Yankee Stadium. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Game 2 of this division series. The Twins won on Tuesday afternoon 3-1. The Yankees trying to take game 2 to even the series before it goes to the upper Midwest. Matsui, strike 1. Matsui struck out, grounded out, and walked. Romero trying to keep it within reach. Rivas stays down on it, and the inning is over. So Romero comes in and does a nice job. But the Yankees have to hope that this inning not only gives them the lead in game 2, but wakes up their bats. 3 runs in the 7th as they take care of their business and lead 4-1 into the 8th.
Introducing Wendy's Homestyle Chicken Strips.
Heaven, I'm in heaven.
3 delicious pieces of breast filet with your choice of Heartland Ranch, Deli Honey Mustard, and spicy Southwest Chipotle. When it comes to chicken strips, Wendy's has a better way. Our new Homestyle Chicken Strips. It's better here.
I know what I'm having for lunch.
And remember, you can eat great even late.
Life got simple the day I plugged into the big brown machine. West Coast overnight, done. China, 48 hours, done. Ground picks it all up together and delivers it all on time. And with their global tracking system, I get the proof. It isn't that I'm not a trusting person. Yes, it is.
International Overnight Ground. Synchronized. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Beautiful.
Why did Car and Driver name it Best Luxury SUV for 2003? Well, there's this. 4X Motion all-wheel drive.
Beautiful.
Touareg, the Volkswagen that does what other Volkswagens don't.
Can you hear me now? Good. 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 Can you hear me now? Good.
To make the best national network even better, we'll do just about anything. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
I always said I was going to be playing professional baseball. That's all I ever talked about. The thing that means most to me is I want to be remembered as a Yankee. You either love us or hate us. I enjoy playing at home in front of the greatest fans in the world. And I also enjoy going on the road, people booing us and hating us. The bottom line is when you compete, you want to win. I live for this.
Watch the World Series on Fox beginning October 18th. Don't miss it.
A tutor uses a special incentive program.
If you have some secret method, I'd love to know what it is.
You just get them to study.
What's worse, that she's taken off her clothes, or that she's getting results.
Boston Public, all new, 9/8 Central Fox Friday.
8th inning, 4-1, the Yankees on top. And they turn it over to Mariano Rivera. Mientkiewicz first up. And ball one inside. It'll be Mientkiewicz, LeCroy, and Jones against Rivera, who has 25 career postseason saves, a 6-1 career postseason record with a 0.79 ERA. 1 ball, 1 strike. Do you buy it? I hear those rumors about Rivera that he's not what he was, that his pitches are starting to slow down, and it's starting to wear on him.
I do not. And I'll tell you why I don't. The results may be different this year, but the times that he has gotten into problems, the ground balls that were at guys in other years have found holes this year. The little nubbers that he used to field down the third baseline and the first baseline were base hits. As far as his effectiveness, in my view, it's the same.
And I would imagine Mientkiewicz would agree with you. 1 out.
I think a lot of the stuff that went on in this city about Rivera this year was nonsense, based only on results and not on the way he's throwing and the effectiveness. Sometimes if you base things on results, which guys in the dugout can't do, a guy like Mel Stottlemyre or Joe Torre, they know that it's a broken bat hit or a ball off the end of the bat or a little nubber down the line or a ground ball that found its way through. The most important thing is he throwing as hard as he was, and in my view, yes.
With 1 out, nobody on, LeCroy takes a strike. Matthew tonight is 0 for 3. Broken back. Aaron Boone. 2 out. Game summary is brought to you by Nissan. Really the story of the starting pitchers. Brad Radke was good. Andy Pettitte was even better. 7 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Soriano broke the tie in the 7th. Torrey Hunter had tied in the 5th with a home run. Jeter and Soriano, as they have in October's past, helping to put the Yankees back out in front. The breathing room hit came from Jason Giambi with a 2-strike, 2-run single up the middle.
You worded that very well. Breathing room hit as far as this game is concerned and as far as Jason Giambi is concerned.
One ball, one strike. ESPN2 will bring you the Giants at Marlins. Game 3 of that series tied 1-1 at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. And on ESPN tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, the Braves and Cubs. Greg Maddux, Mark Pryor. Slow roller. Soriano with a bare-handed pickup. Things have really turned around the last half hour for these Yankees. Up 4-1 into the bottom of the 8th.
What life strips away. The 245 horsepower V6 Nissan Altima quickly restores.
Oh, check this out. Dumb dog. So predictable. Domino's Philly cheesesteak pizza.
No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak. Guys like Domino's pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Cash or credit? Oh, hey, Yahoo. Oh, making me dizzy. Oh, Bank One. British Airways?
Bank One.
Top of the morning to you. I'm not really British. I sound like it, don't I? Borders. Let me guess. Bank One? Bank One. Bank One. Hey, Helen, another Bank One.
Hundreds of leading names, one you.
This is so you.
Find the card that fits you best.
Cute dog. Oh, you two have the same eyes.
Individual answers. Bank One.
Honey, what are you doing?
I'm registering for the wedding.
Hey, send her a picture of that one. Nothing says I love you like chrome pipes.
Be there with the most whenever minutes and a T-Mobile camera phone.
T-Mobile.
Get more.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Nissan and your Nissan dealer. By Bank One. Find the credit card that fits you best. Individual answers, Bank One. By T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service. And by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Juan Rincon, part of a very good Minnesota bullpen, takes over in the bottom of the 8th. Hawkins didn't get any outs. Allowed 2 runs, 1 earned on 2 hits. Romero 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit. Radke 6 1/3 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits. Rincon misses with ball 1 to Aaron Boone, who's hitless tonight. One and one.
And you could tell from Brad Radke's demeanor when he left the field. He wasn't upset with Ron Gardenhire. I mean, to me, you've got to bring in Hawkins in that situation. You've seen Soriano and Derek Jeter looking at Radke 3 times, and the odds were much greater.
Good play by Rincon.
Of course, you have to make that decision, and obviously Gardenhire did. But the odds are greater for Soriano, Jeter, and Giambi to get a hit off Radke the 4th time on Hawkins rather than Hawkins the 1st time when he's throwing 97 miles an hour. But Hawkins got those 2 fastballs down, the error sandwiched in between, and 3 Yankee runs.
You saw Nelson and Contreras getting loose. That would be only if the Yankees add to what is a 3-run 8th inning lead. As Nick Johnson, who took one of the more important pitches of the night, took a pitch off his hip, hit by a pitch to start the 3-run 7th inning rally. Bunted to second by Juan Rivera, scored on the hit by Soriano. One ball, one strike.
Of all things, with both starting pitchers as dominant as they were tonight, I never dreamed that that's how the Yankees floodgates would be open and allow 3 runs to score.
On 1-1, Johnson, strike 2. Nick Johnson is hitless in this series. Jeter, who dislocated that left shoulder in opening day in Toronto, stretching it out on a cold October night. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Roger Clemens will pitch game 3 against Kyle Loesch, who's been pitching much better. Had a rough stretch earlier this season. But he is a good right-hander. That's too far outside. And it's 3-2 on Johnson. Loesch and Clemens, their numbers for the season. The final season for the future Hall of Famer Roger Clemens. A 1-out walk. This week it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, Mike Holmgren will take the Seattle Seahawks, who are undefeated, to Green Bay, as the Packers are coming off that Monday night win in Chicago. Then the Redskins try to stay hot when they take on an Eagles team trying to get back to the 500 mark. Or other regional action. Coverage begins Sunday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox. The biggest stories are in the NFC. Tim, I don't know if you know this, but the NFC is on Fox.
Yes, I do.
1 on, 1 out for Rivera.
You will be doing that Redskin-Eagle game from the new facility in Philadelphia, just a train ride away.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Lincoln Financial Field. Troy Aikman was at the game tonight, trying to beat the rush out of here. But he was here for the record. 1 on, 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1 on Rivera. Now Gene Monahan, the trainer for the Yankees, is sitting next to Jeter.
That's a more worrisome shot, I would think. Derek continues to slide head first. Perhaps he aggravated that doing so tonight. I remember that close play at third base earlier in the game. Where Corey Koski's left knee came down in front of the bag, and Derek Jeter diving headlong into third. Here's that play one more time. Just don't know, every time you make those head first slides, you're taking a chance whether you're healthy or injured. If you're healthy, of injuring it. If you're injured, to reawaken the injury.
Somebody's hands will be rubbing on that left shoulder after tonight's game. It's going to leave it at that. Game 1, opening day. Play at third base. The catcher coming down to make the play, getting that leg down, and it was Jeter slamming in to Ken Huckabee's shin guard, dislocating the left shoulder, and Jeter ended up missing 36 games because of it. Juan Rivera had a pretty good rip at that last 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Rincon. And then it's plays like these that we've seen where that left shoulder is exposed and that arm is hanging out. didn't bother them. Still 2-2 on Rivera.
I didn't notice it at the time, but it looked like that grimace on Derek's face when diving for that ball indicated perhaps pain. Not a happy look right here. Ouch.
On 2-2. Might be. Could be. It is. We go to the 9th inning. The Yankees 3 outs away from evening this series at a game apiece, up 4-1.
I bought a toothbrush, some toothpaste, a flannel for my face, pajamas, a hairbrush, new shoes, and a case. I said to my reflection, let's get out of this place. Tempted by the fruit of another, tempted, but the truth is discovered.
Recently, Castrol Syntec was tested against every leading brand of conventional 5W30 motor oil. It was a punishing comparison, under extreme heat and stress, beyond anything a car would ever face.
Bob, what are the readings on the other car?
In the end, under these grueling conditions, Castrol Syntec simply performed better. Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil.
Another rollback. Dares to save you even more. Walmart. Always low prices. Always.
Get ready for a feeling of clean like nothing else. New Extreme Clean from Aquafresh. It showers your home.
4-1 the score as we go to the 9th inning and the 2nd inning of work for Mariano Rivera. Torrey Hunter first up. And a ball inside. Tim, we came on the air talking about pressure on this Yankee team. Facing with a loss here tonight. 2-0 deficit going to the Metrodome where it's so tough to win, especially in the postseason.
It's also tough to catch the ball up there with that white background. The Twins more accustomed to it, but any team visiting that place, it's a different ball game.
It took until the 7th inning for us to see some of that Yankee magic. And the game was 1-1. We talked about Radke, but I don't think we can talk enough about the job that Andy Pettitte did for the Yankees to keep it there until the offense got something going. And they looked like, quote unquote, the Yankees in the 7th.
Yep.
The 1-2 pitch. Hunter takes ball 2. Now you go to Minnesota in the Metrodome. That carpet. As you said, it's tough to see, and you've got an older Yankee team against a younger team that moves around better, and the Twins playing on that fast carpet. There will be a decided home field advantage at the Metrodome for the Twins, like there always is for the Yankees here in the Bronx.
I would certainly think so. The fact that Jock Jones, Torrey Hunter, and Shannon Stewart can track down balls in the gaps, left center, right center. That in itself cuts down on extra base hits. Can the Yankees do that same thing? They can't keep up with the Twins in that department.
Torrey Hunter will back that up as a 97-mile-an-hour fastball misses up and in. part of this young Twins team. He remembers the postseason last year and the noise that they can make in the Metrodome. Torrey waits for a 3-2 pitch to start the 9th inning. Here are Torrey's thoughts on playing on that field with that crowd noise at the Metrodome.
It's just a lot of noise in there. It never leaves. It just stays in there, and I feel like your ears are going to bleed. In the Metrodome, it stays there, and all you can hear is like a big "ing" like that, and your ears feel like they're going to bleed, and your head is hurting, but you get a drive, and you get the adrenaline flowing from that.
The ears feel like they're going to bleed, the head's hurting, you get "ing," and it's wonderful for the Twins. They love every minute of it. With 1 out, nobody on. Koski takes ball 2, 2-0. Corey tonight is hitless. Has not put a ball in play. 2-1. Berzinski on deck. Yankees up 4-1 in the 9th inning. Down 1 game to none. Koski 2-2. The only other action today, the Oakland A's behind Zito beat the Boston Red Sox and Tim Wakefield 5-1 as that series will shift to Fenway Park with the A's up 2 games to none. Into center field, Bernie Williams going back, 2 out. Here is tonight's Good Hands play of the game presented by Allstate. Alfonso Soriano ending the top of the 8th with a bare hand pickup and flip. And the defense, which has been alarmingly poor for the Yankees the first game and a half of this series. They get a highlight play there from Soriano.
Yeah, it's funny, the good hands play tonight was not a good hands play the other day when Soriano opened the gates to Christian Guzman, who scored the first run of the game.
That's it. A soft liner back to Rivera. Another shattered bat, and the Yankees have evened this series at a game apiece.
An indication of the Yankees pitching tonight. There were 2 fly ball outs. All of the others were strikeouts or ground outs, with the exception of the home run.
Rivera finishes what Andy Pettitte started, and a big 3-run 7th inning does it for New York as they even this series at a game apiece. Our thanks to Steve Horn here in the booth, and for our producer Michael Weissman, our director Billy Webb, and everyone else helping to bring you this game, Associate Director Aaron Stoikov, and the broadcast associate Eric Billigmeyer, Dave Hill, our technical producer. We thank you for watching. This series is tied at a game apiece. On to the upper Midwest it goes, to the Metrodome. Jeannie's